Here we go. Just get those wonderful toys.
Are you playing in the bathtub with your little doll?
Action figure!
Come on, you can do it. Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel mother.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another Collectible Past. Getting ready to talk about some toys. We're getting ready to go Matchbox crazy. This one was absolutely instigated by Trina of Real Horror. Trina, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'm looking forward to seeing what you've put together.
You know, I was actually expecting a little bit better of an answer to that. Tell me, Trina. What part of you will tickle when you see all these Matchbox toys that are out there? Of course, we're also joined along with Trina from Real Horror, which we had an excellent discussion, The Silence of the Lambs, last night. If you didn't see that, be sure to click on her link. It's down in the description below. Go to her channel and check that out. Talking about a lot of horror stuff, horror figures, all the good stuff that you want to find over there on Trina's channel. Of course, we're also joined by the super fan, the Adam Shawhan. What's going on, buddy?
Man, the only question is, was she tickle pink?
Adam, you're not supposed to be getting dirty like that. Oh, wait a minute, not that pink.
Yeah, man, it should be fun. I've got some photos of the old office with all the cars that were all over the wall. So yeah, I can't wait to show some things from the past of collections and whatnot.
Awesome.
Yeah,
going to be a fun one as always. Thank you for joining us, and of course, my original co-host with the most, Mr. Guinea Wop 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 himself, Vinnieart.
Yeah, man, I'm just sitting here weeking all day long here. Yeah, us pigs are ready to talk about toys, but yeah, it's a shame we were trying to get a hold of two more of our panelists, and yeah, Twitter DMs are down right now, so we couldn't get the link out. But yes, we had a blast last night over on Trina's channel, covering Silence of the Lambs. But today, yes, it's a lot of cool toys we're going to be covering and going over today. So hell yeah, glad to be here. Welcome everyone who's watching on my channel, on Tommy's channel, and over on the Twit Talks.
No, thank you for joining us. Could spend your time anywhere, choosing to spend it here with us, and we hope that we entertain you. And we're going to get right into this Matchbox crazy. Hopefully, we get a hold of the rest of our panelists, and they can show up. If they can't, there's always next week. Hopefully, if things get fixed, you just never know with this online nonsense. But let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to start with a toy show off. Here we go.
We are the Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
We are hanging out with Indy, the big and fluffy, who's brought a piece of one of his toys with him. What's going on, Indy? Oh, we're chilling, getting ready for this toy show off. So we got an older one here. We got a Matchbox cars of yesteryears. The paint job on this one is pretty good shape. The top seems to be missing. I don't know where it is, but this is an older one. This is a Lesney. So it's got the old Lesney from Britain right up there in England. So there we go with that. Old Matchbox car. We also got the Model A truck. I'm not sure if I showed this one off before. Matchbox series, Model A, Indy. What's going on, Indy? We also have another Matchbox right here. Another one. I think I might have shown this one off. We got the Plymouth Coupe. This is a more modern purchase. And then we have a few other cars. We got a Johnny Lightning Blues Brother car. Right, Indy? All these awesome cars. We got this Batmobile. It's pretty neat. From Hot Wheels. Pretty interesting. One of those $1.25, $1.19 cars. There you go. Check that out, Indy. Then we got an older one here. We got Terrorific Series, the Sweet 16. Pretty cool. We got this Dragon Blaster Hot Wheel. And then we got the Harriotha Merc car. Another one of those old school, like gangster looking cars. I've seen a few more just like this I was really interested in. Might go back eventually and pick them up because a lot of the prices on these things haven't changed a whole lot, you know. In the mid 80s, mid to late 80s, you know, early 90s, most of the Hot Wheels and the Matchbox were sitting around 98 cents. And still for basic models, you're looking at $1.19, $1.25. Right, Indy? Hasn't changed a whole lot. Anyway, guys, before Indy goes crazy and chews everything up, Mr. Big and Fluffy, we're getting up out of here. Hope you enjoyed this quick show off.
Wow, that first one that you showed, what's the date on that one?
I am not 100% sure, and it was kind of weird because a lot of the older cars like that, they did not stamp dates on them.
Oh, wow. Dude, yeah, that looks awesome.
What's up, Chaos? Chaos always first one in the chat, and I also see Scrambles is hanging out in the chat. What's going on, y'all? Got your little messages popping up. Nice Batmobile, says Chaos. Thank you.
Yeah,
we're just getting started.
Yeah, I got
that.
Yeah,
you said you got that exact same one, right?
Yeah, pretty damn sweet. I like that one.
Does Adam have that one?
No, I don't. With the light blue, and the Blues Brothers was pretty sick too. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, look at that, and the look on Indy's face, like, how dare you put anything in my shot? I got to get my TV time here, Tommy.
My shot.
Gotta get TV sucker time. This is my shot. You're in my pig space bubble here, and nay, I say nay. Yeah.
Oh, Slasher, jump into that one, and Adam be able to send you the link from there. And what's going on, Slasher? What's going on, Happy Dinosaur? Also in the house. Happy night to you, Tommy, Vinnie, Trina, and Adam. Man, I hope that you're having a good one. Happy. Thanks for joining us. Curtis YZ also in the house. What's up, Curtis? Man, this makes reading the chat so much easier. I love this. There's not a whole lot that StreamYards has done right. I think this is actually a step in the right direction.
I see it tiny in the corner. I don't.
That's good enough for me. I got my glasses on so I can see it. What's going on, Soul Assassin? Man, good to see you. Be sure to remove that after Adam. If it's the StreamYard link to here, be sure to remove it after.
He sent it to the other one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, to the old one. Okay.
Yeah. So
even then, then remove it anyway. You don't want people having access to anything that could go to your StreamYard.
Yeah.
There's too many weird people.
Unless you delete it altogether. But yeah. Slasher, jump into that one, and then Adam will give you the link to this one.
Yeah, and Twitter is dumb today, but Twitter is dumb a lot of times, Soul Assassin. Hold
on, I'll be right back.
Yep.
All right, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started with our main topic for today. So everybody, hang your butts on. Trina wanted this one. The pig dug in deep. What?
Wait before you do, because you just showed some cool Hot Toys, or Hot Wheels rather. I got one I could show you real quick as well.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead then.
Yeah.
What's up, Gap? Lesbians. You're thinking of the Bon Jovi concert you went to, Gap.
So yeah, here's a Back to the Future. The hover. Oh wait. Oh, there we go. We got him in here. The only one we're missing is Shifty.
And boy, are my arms tired. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
All you guys' Hot Wheels toy. This is the Back to the Future hover mode time machine. So you can see his wheels are flipped the other way. Now, I have no idea what version this one is. I've checked online, and this thing can go anywhere from 20
That's
bucks
awesome.
up to 2,000. And I don't know what's the difference between those. If you do know, let me know in the chat. I don't know if it's the packaging.
The wheels? Do the wheels move? Like
No, they actually put really tiny ones on the underside, but they're low. But yeah, the ones that are folded down like that, yeah, it's all kind of molded like it. But I was just saying, yeah, I was looking online, and Tommy was with me when I was checking these out. They were ranging between like $20 up until $2,000. And I do not understand why. I was staring at this thing like they're the same exact thing. There was no difference in the packaging or anything.
Yeah, there is the number on it.
Even $20
yeah,
is
I
too
don't know
much.
if people are just crazy online.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
or they're just really big fans.
I got this for $7. I
It's
found
just a rare.
but I'm a fan regardless. I love Back to the Future, and like this thing looked fantastic. But yeah, pretty damn cool. So yeah,
real quick, thank you, Curtis. Curtis is in there dropping links for people's channels.
Curtis.
Always appreciate that, Curtis. Thank
Hell
you,
yeah.
sir.
Sweet. So yeah, I thought I'd show that real quick before you get into.
And so there's specific like variants that go for 2,000, or it's just go up to 2,000.
We were looking at a couple of different things, and like they have like rare chase figures or cars rather, and some of them like you could tell from the package. So like there's like a little number you'll see on the side, like this says 5 of 10. If it says 0 of 10, that's your rare car. So if you see a 0, that's one of the ultra rare ones. And some of the differences are the paint job. They'll have like the actual metal flake that's like in the paint job. The tires, they're usually rubber instead of plastic. And even like the spokes part on the tire, like those are all different too. They're more detailed, and there's a lot more of them. And even the package art reflects that as well. So yeah, those are like a couple of little signs that I've seen. And in the actual hold on, I'll just pull it up again one more time real quick. So you'll see like the white part of the car, or in the package over here, right behind the car, you'll see either a gold circle or a silver circle, and those are the rare ones. So those are a couple of the key things you could look for. But yeah, the rare ones, they're like 1 in 1,000. So,
but that goes for any sort of car, right? Not
yeah,
just,
yeah.
the special ones like the Batmobiles or the Back to the Future shit.
I'm not 100% sure, and that's what I was kind of trying to look for. And the ones that were like people were charging like $1,500 to $2,000, and I was like, why? There was no difference. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Adam Shifty's saying he needs the link.
I hear you, Soul Assassin. I'm kind of glad they put their foot down.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, Adam heard you. And what's going on, Tree Rock Creations, and what's going on, Shifty's? Good to see you. Hopefully you'll be in here soon enough. Guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with our main topic. Hopefully Adam and everybody will be able to catch most of this, I hope. But here we go. We're going to get Matchbox crazy. Let's break down the history of Matchbox, starting with those cars. Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, good, because if you weren't, I'm going to play it anyway.
We are the Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. It is I, Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective, the archaeological pig. Today on Toy Origins in History, we will be talking about a small but very celebrated franchise in the way of Matchbox. English diecasters Leslie Smith and Rodney Smith founded Lesney Products in 1947, and along with their partner Jack Odell, began making small toys to meet demand during wartime. In 1952, Odell was inspired by a rule at his daughter's school that permitted students to only bring toys that fit inside of a matchbox. He scaled down Lesney's road roller toy, packaged it in a matchbox, and sent his daughter off to school. Hence, the Matchbox car was born. Soon after, the company rolled out a cement mixer, a double-decker London bus, and a palm-sized race car, advertising that with matchboxes, children could buy them for pennies. U.S. sales began a few years later, and Lesney added a Ford custom-line station wagon to its formerly all-British fleet. In 1960, Lesney exported 70 million tiny vehicles. American kids soon became collectors, taking 100 million Matchbox cars for rides across the road. Such successes achieved with little advertising made Lesney Products one of England's most profitable companies. But as always, competition roared into the sunset, and in 1968, Mattel roared in with Hot Wheels. Kids traded in the British product for these flashier American muscle cars. Lesney countered with the Matchbox Superfast line of cars and pumped up its advertising campaign. Lesney also diversified the designs, introduced a line of fantasy cars, and produced Disney-themed vehicles as well.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Oh, that's so damn cool.
Very cool.
Welcome, Shifty.
Hey, thanks, Adam. Doing the Lord's work tonight, getting us a link to the show.
Where'd he go?
Adam, unfortunately, he'll be back eventually. Poor Adam.
Well,
it always happens to him. Yeah, he gets everybody in and then he disappears. Yeah, Matchbox rival. Yeah, well, I mean, technically, you would say Hot Wheels rivaled Matchbox and eventually did surpass him, but. Yeah, if it wasn't for Matchbox, would the smaller cars like that really have ever gotten started? I mean, that's just pure genius that, his daughter could only bring things in a Matchbox, and he scaled down the bigger cars that they were already making. Because I have a few Lesney things that I could show off later on. It doesn't really show the size of them, but you could see in some of the pictures that I was showing, the Matchbox compared to their original vehicle lineup, and the original vehicle lineups were much larger, and a lot of the early stuff was what they called the stamped metal design in a lot of the toys. So they were just thin pieces of stamped metal that would have like the wheels go through the bottom and everything. And eventually other companies got into doing that as well, like Tootsie Toy, and they really took it down to the bare bones minimum with the Tootsie Toys, the early ones with the stamped metal design on them, where it was literally like an open piece of metal on the top, looked like something that was made out of Clyde's card crusher, and it just had wheels thrown through the bottom.
That's great.
What's going on, Keely?
What's up, man?
Happy did not know that Matchbox was originally British. Yep, listening. And I will get into a little bit more of that history. We are not done yet. That is just the opening salvo. I still got a whole nother clip on the history of Lesney and Matchbox.
Awesome.
Yeah, Disney. Yeah. Well, that was back before they became the absolute rotten, no good so-and-sos that they are today. I like knowing Matchbox is British. It adds some class to the toy brand. Yeah, well, it did at one time because it's no longer British, but we'll get into that in the second half. Trina, do you feel like I hit most of the points that you wanted to hear about Matchbox so far?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you did a great job.
No, wait, did they fix their teeth? That's why they're no longer British?
We'll get any other questions before I play the second clip.
No.
All right, here we go. Here goes the second half of our opening, our main topic on Matchbox. But don't worry, folks. The fun with Matchbox is going to continue throughout the show because there's a lot more Matchboxes going on besides just cars.
Now, back to our program.
Despite these efforts, Matchbox's high cost of manufacturing in England drove Lesney into bankruptcy. Universal International Limited acquired the product and reformed it as Matchbox International moved most of the production to Asia. After a series of business deals that had seen Matchbox sold to various owners, the brand moved under the Mattel umbrella in 1997. In the early days, there was some confusion about what to do with two very similar car lines. The difference between the two brands is evident even today, whereas a Hot Wheel is designed to race down those iconic orange tracks, an author feature wild customizations or complete fantasy builds. A Matchbox is more realistic and accurate. Today, Matchbox still rolls as a top seller, now part of the Mattel family of toys, a formula for high quality, impressive detail, and affordable prices that set Matchbox apart from their competitors when they debuted in 1952, and fueled such an enduring success that some people continue to call a miniature car, no matter what the maker, a Matchbox.
Sell more cars than Ford, Chrysler, Chevrolet, and Buick combined. Matchbox cars, each for about $1.
Thank you for joining us on this Toy Origins and History with me, Indy, of the Guinea Pig Collective.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's a great commercial.
Yeah, it was.
I had a hell of a time trying to restore that as best I can with my limited apps that I have in Wondershare, but it sounded a lot worse when I first started working on it. At least it was like somewhat understandable at the end.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job.
They should actually bring that one commercial back. They could air it during primetime television. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's still,
I know, right?
I mean, the message still stands.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. So cool.
Yeah, the toy production. I mean, that's the thing. You gotta look at how much it costs to produce that toy as opposed to how much they're selling it for, and then plus because it was over in England, shipping to the United States because it was all being produced over there. I mean, that kind of cost right there will drive a company out of business, especially since a bulk of their sales was happening in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Had the Matchbox Lost World sets when I was a kid. That's awesome. Happy Dinosaur. That's a shame it's no longer British, but at least Matchbox lives on. Agreed. Yeah. I mean, you know what? Mattel could have absolutely just bought it out and just sunk the line, but they decided to keep it. So
yeah,
kudos to them for that.
Yeah, I wish that they still kept like the rubber tires and stuff on. Yeah, those older ones were really cool. I had a decent amount of them, but then Hot Wheels, their selection was larger. So like I remember as a kid, like we got a pretty good amount of them. My uncle had a lot of original Matchbox. I believe he still has a case of them, but like remember the old cases with the handles?
Yeah,
yeah, like the dividers or whatever. But yeah,
I have a whole bunch of the soft ones.
Yep.
The soft vinyl ones. I have a bunch.
Those have the vinyl covers on them. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. That's really cool.
There's also something that I'll be showing off later. Actually in a minute before we wind up getting to somebody else, and then we'll get back into Matchbox as the show rolls on. But of course, as always, I've prepared a commercial break for Matchbox and the original cars, and I will say there's something towards the end. You'll see it. It's a big cardboard and plastic garage set. Not only did I have that as a kid, I still have it, and it's sitting in the storage crates in my garage. And I literally had forgotten over the years that it was by Matchbox. So maybe one day if I can get it all out, and if it's not in too bad a shape, maybe I can put it back together. I don't know. Maybe.
They're pretty cool.
But let's go ahead. We're going to get into our commercial break. Then I'm going to hand it over to one of my fine panelists so we can continue the discussion about toys. Hope that everybody's having a good time out there. Remember to share the links out there to let everybody know we're going, because a lot of these online services are playing the games with us. So if you could share it somewhere other than Twit, that would probably be helpful at this point. Hope you enjoy this commercial break.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Take it up the ramp, crank it in, then wet it down with real jets of water. Take it through the scrubbers and into the super spin dryer. Now that's clean. There's also where you can take the elevator to the rooftop service center for a tune-up. Check out the new cars in the showroom. Then raise the gate and go. Matchbox Motors, car wash and cars, each sold separately. Some assembly required.
Captain Crunch here with my buddies Crisp and Quake to tell you about a great free offer from the folks at Quaker.
Don't tell them, Captain.
No?
Show them instead.
Oh, good idea. Here it is. A whole new set of genuine Matchbox cars. Authentic scale models imported from England. There's a keen race car. There's a tipper truck that works both ways.
There's a lot of them.
Right. 6 different models from station wagons to police cars with loads of special action features.
Usually sold for more than 50 cents.
But you can get any one of them for 3 proof of purchase seals from these good Quaker cereals. One from Captain Crunch. One from either Quit
or Quake.
And one from Life, the extra protein cereal that's sweet enough for kids. Look what these specially marked packages.
Get all 6 Matchbox cars.
It's like being captain of your own fleet. I said fleet, not tweet.
Our cars need no gas, never get a flat, and are guaranteed for 10,000 pushes.
We sell more cars than Ford, Chrysler, Chevrolet, and Buick combined. Matchbox cars, each for about $1.
For parking my Corvette, the Matchbox Garage, the best you can get.
The place I park my horse and my Dodge is right here in the good old Matchbox Garage.
There's so much to do at the Matchbox Garage. I'll never get bored with my Model A Ford.
Matchbox Super Garage. Any way you set it up, it's the perfect place for all your Matchbox cars.
Parking my 57 Chevy was never this heavy.
Now, back to our program.
Man.
That's the one I had too. Or should I say have the Matchbox Garage.
That's cool.
That was cool.
That's great.
Hell yeah. Good stuff right there.
Yeah, happy. I miss when cereals were so insecure about their taste. They had the bundle of free toys, free trading cards, and free computer games.
Was that the Mr. Magoo guy? And the one from Gilligan's
Captain
Island?
Crunch?
Yeah, he did the voice.
Sounded like
I'm not 100% sure. It might have been.
I can't remember his name. But, yeah.
The last kid spinning signs out legit board.
Oh, shit.
He was like Life cereal, still sweet enough for kids.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
shit.
boatloads of fun. So what do you guys got today? I may have set the bar too high, did I?
Yeah, I got some pretty cool ones. Hold on, let me. Well, I'll show this one. I did not purchase this because it was too expensive, but I will be showcasing it here. Yeah, this is in the comic shop. Wow, I didn't know they had Ash and his sister. good.
Oh wow.
His likeness with the blood looks so spot on. Like I'm
That's
happy.
funny. I have that one already set up for the toy hunt at the end of the show too.
Shit. Yeah, this thing was beautiful. Yeah, they did a killer job with this. The one gripe I had, I think they should have added a regular Cheryl head in there as well, not just the demon or the
Deadite.
Deadite. Yeah, I think they should have added that because we had like what 3 different. Yeah, there's like 3 different heads here.
Yeah.
Now, did you happen to see the price on this one? Because where they had it stuffed in my NECA section, they had no price for this one individually.
Yeah, this thing was $80.
What?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, no, it's staying here. I mean, it's beautiful looking, but not for 80. I like it comes with the cross too. There, the wooden cross that he made for her when you buried her.
Could make an awesome diorama out of that.
Oh hell yeah, yeah! This thing was just epic.
Trina, do you remember that little setup? I might be showing it later. I don't know. The little like forest setup that I did with the grass and everything and the tree, and I don't know if you recall that little diorama piece.
Yeah,
Something like that would go great with one of those little diorama pieces.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm thinking I need this.
I know it's damn good. Trust me, I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my god, $80!" Like, oh, that's a kick in the balls. But I have the set with Ed, the dude who turned into one of the Deadites with the khaki pants. That one I think was an exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con, but I found him on eBay years ago. Brand new, the 2-pack, and yeah, awesome set. So like seeing this, I'm like, oh, it would fit so good with those, but yeah, not for that price.
Yeah,
but it's still really, really awesome.
The pricing, they're we talked about it before. These people are just pricing themselves right out of the market, and make no mistake about it. This is the companies that are doing this, and they've been doing it for years. They started doing it in 2020 when they started jacking the prices.
Yeah, they really did. It's a little bit ridiculous because, again, times are tough for a lot of folks. So for them to be putting out the stuff they're doing and like tripling the prices on these things.
You know what? Here's what I'm thinking. Like, let's take it the mentality old school just for a second. Yeah. Where are the people that are heading up companies like it was in Gung Ho, or was it Gung Ho, or no, Mr. Mom? Mr. Mom, whatever, the tuna with a heart. And he said, we're reducing the cost of our tuna cans until this crisis is averted to not hit the American pocket as hard. Where are companies that are doing shit like that? Does anybody else remember that scene from Mr. Mom, or is it just me?
Vaguely. It's been a minute since I've seen the movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
seen
it.
Keaton's wife in that movie goes to work because he got laid off initially and then he got fired. So she goes to work and she's working for an advertising firm for this, like, whatever it is, tuna company. And she comes up with the idea, let's reduce the cost of the tuna instead of raising it to show the American people that we're with them. And that was the whole thing behind the, coming up with the slogan and everything. Go, okay, we could see this hurting people, and it was a big boost, apparently for the company doing something like that. Where are all these companies that are making money hand over fist right now? Especially like you can take toy companies and any other company for that matter. The ones that are making so much money right now that it's absolutely ridiculous while they're claiming poverty. Why won't they take a hit to their own purse to make sure that they keep that consumer base not only being able to buy products, but coming back to them and become loyal to their product because, hey, these people actually care about their consumers. Where is that kind of care?
Exactly. I think it's just there a little bit in the really independent scene because I made sure, with my product, all of my customers, they are taken care of and they're going to get the highest quality. But these people don't do that anymore.
Nope. And thank you, Tree Rock. I don't feel alone anymore.
I just remember the scene. You fed chili to the baby?
Hey, you're gonna have to let the whoopee go, man. You're gonna have to let the whoopee go.
Right.
Yeah.
But also in the comic shop, here's a blast from the past.
I saw the you had a short of this. After you show this, I want to show you something about that Shazam figure.
Yeah.
I
had him on a trade. I
know you said that.
Yeah, his fist, all the paint were like it was like scraped off of him. I don't know what the hell the kid did. Yeah, they were really rough with their figures.
The price tags on these two.
Oh,
you were going through this video.
Yeah, 150.
Awesome. Yep. I had that Shazam when I was a kid. Although I didn't have the cape, I had him on a trade.
And how much was that Green Arrow?
100.
The Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, see, that's the Mr. Freeze before the one that I showed last week.
Right.
Man.
That's the Kenner one. The one I showed last
Dr.
week.
Fate. I had him.
Dr. Fate. I still have him. I still have that Hawk. Still have Hawkman and Dr. Fate.
That figure was awesome.
And I have Red Tornado. I don't
Never
have
had
I had Red Tornado, but he didn't have a
I think
cape.
I had the
either.
Red Tornado as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him too. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but those are pretty damn sweet.
Yeah, that Green Arrow, like he comes with two small, easily losable arrows. So he goes for a lot too if you get him complete these days.
Yeah.
But that Shazam figure, holy shit! Yeah, when you're done showing this, I'll bring up the thing I was going to talk about.
Yeah. What do you got?
It's the eBay fucking listings for this thing.
For
that Shazam figure in particular.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Wait, I think. We got to stop present. There we go. Wow. Have I seen 400? Almost 400.
Yep.
Holy. Yeah, that's
250, 100, 200. And some of these don't even. It's not even like the real cape. Some of these some of these people sell these shits with like reproduction capes and shit.
Right. That one's in package.
And look at this one in the package. Yeah.
Wow. Right now, that 2-pack of Evil Dead ain't looking so bad.
And look, just without the cape, this guy's selling it for $250.
Yeah.
$379.
They were fun little figures, man.
Yeah, they were. The only thing was like they were easily breakable.
Yeah.
The superpower alone just made this thing so easy to fucking break.
Oh yeah. Whatever you have the mechanism there, when they snap or break.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's selling a replica cape for $14.
The one above is going for over 1,000. Holy
in the package. Unpunched card on it too.
Oh wow.
Because these ones were from the third line, and the third line of superpowers is the ones that they produce the least figures of.
Right.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, not only is that unpunched, not only is that look like it's a super clean card back with bright, vivid colors, it's also graded on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah. I'll explain it.
But yeah, these fucking powers, these fucking superpowers figures go for a lot, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Frankie? Good
What's
one,
up,
Frankie. Good one.
Yeah, I'll show a couple more shorts real quick here. I saw. I guess he is out in stores now. The animated series one. I think it's the Batman Beyond version. Because I don't remember him looking that much like a crackhead.
Yeah.
Didn't they make an animated thing of where it was just his head with the spider legs?
Yeah, I believe it's in there. I was trying to take a look behind the circle part here on the package.
Oh, I thought they had just put out the head. I thought they put out the fucking thing like it's a big, like a bigger piece with the spider legs on it.
I think it's just that top part's removable or something.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how it is. I'm not 100%. Or maybe you just swap out that part. I don't know. I got to see a full review on him, but I believe it comes with it. Because he has some shit that's hidden under there. I know the gun is one of the items.
Oh, I think Soul Assassin was saying it was the Batman Beyond version.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Happy.
Yeah, have a great one.
Night.
Yeah, and then I saw that.
Yeah, these look awesome.
He released these. They are nice, but the price is insane. Like he looked really good. If it was cheaper, I might have picked it up because it kind of I like what they did with that, just to keep them in package. But
yeah, I think they're sitting around 20, ain't they?
25.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's more than a cheap multiverse.
$24.99, right there. They put it on Superman's crotch.
See, and this is the nuts part, because when he was doing the Batman 66, it was basically the same damn type of figures. They were selling for what was it, like $14 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Like 14 is more reasonable. 25? No.
Maybe $12.99.
What store is it?
This is Books A Million.
Oh well, they're going to be higher. Yeah, they're probably cheaper than that at Walmart.
Man,
Yeah, I thought when I seen them at Target, they were about 20. I thought. I can't remember if I have it in the toy hunt later on at the end of the show, but I possibly may have them in my toy hunt. I can't recall. I think I do though.
Okay.
They have to be cheaper than the multiverse figures.
They definitely should be. I mean, I don't know, because he likes jacking his prices up, so I don't know.
That Batman one looks fucking awesome too.
The Batman one look really good. The colors and everything on there, just it really popped.
Hey, speaking.
Go ahead, Shifty. Go ahead.
Speaking of multiverse, I put it on Twitter. I reposted it. That we were complaining last week about the Superman movie figure, the deluxe version with the crypto and the extra heads and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody got their hands on it already, and the face plates, 3 of the 4 face plates are the same.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's what I don't understand it. I just
hold on. We need something for that. There we go.
F toward.
I think that's when you need to add the tarred one.
Yeah.
All right, okay. F toward's fine too. It almost goes with the Matchbox theme.
Soul Assassin said, and I have a little bit of an answer to that too after Vinnie. Hey, Vinnie, what's the word on grading figures, comics, and cards? I hear people are 50-50 on it.
Yeah, it really depends. I mean, it's more frequent with comics for sure, and some cards, especially like those ones if you find rare ones and like the craze that's going on right now with Pokemon and all that stuff. But when it comes to figures, I don't see it as often unless it's a super old figure like Slasher was just showing from the eBay. Like it makes sense with something that old, but I don't know. Typically, I like to open them. If they are like in a clamshell and they're similar to another figure I have, I might just keep them in package.
Oh, Soul Assassin. So I looked at it. That's not the one. This one was more. He looked more like the animated series, like the one Vinnie showed, the animated series, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
And he didn't have all that funky ass thing, all those like crazy gears and shit on the spider legs. The spider legs were just like blades. They just look like regular blades.
Yeah. Because they crawled into the body. Like his head was just by itself.
Yeah.
And what's going on, Monotony? And as far as my answer on grading, there's a lot of times that grading absolutely makes sense. And I'm going to give you, for example, you talk about Pokemon cards, you can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you can talk about Magic, any kind of card you want. So the selling a card loose without grading on it, you are not going to get the higher end value that you would if you had it graded. And that's what a lot of people are looking for. They want to see that this thing is graded, that this is an official card, because especially since you had so many companies out there that were making fake cards, whether it was Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or whatever. So, yeah, if you have it graded, you're going to get top dollar usually for that card, where if you're selling it loose, you may get lucky and get a little bit more than you hoped, but you're not going to get nowhere near what you would get for a graded card. And the same thing, like Vinnie said, when it goes to older toys, especially ones that are carded, sealed on the cards, you have them graded, you're going to get top value for them every single time.
Comics too, right? Same thing.
Comics without a doubt.
Yep. Most comic shops won't even buy certain books unless they are graded.
How much does it cost to get stuff graded like that? Like to actually get like a comic book?
All depends on the grader, and it all depends on what you're getting graded. So, for example, if I was to send in some of my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards, that could be worth a few $1,000s if I had them graded. It may be about $15 a card. The more you send, the little bit cheaper that it could get. But the problem is then you're also sending this stuff 90% of the time. You're sending it in the mail, and you're hoping that it's not going to get damaged on the way to the place before it gets graded.
Right.
Now, even if they do buy your comics, they'll try to chew you down way low on it, and they may even fib to you how much it's actually worth. Because I had that Luke Cage #1 and took it in. It looked perfect to me, and as soon as the guy saw it, he was like, "This comic has seen better days," and he was only going to offer me like $20 for it. And I knew it was worth more than that, but yeah,
20.
Yeah. I don't.
Yep, and right there, that's where grading would have came in handy, because then even though let's just say just lowball, let's just say the comic was worth 100 graded, you would get at least 50 out of it, because usually they'll give you about half the value most times. It's usually 40 to 50% is what most pawn shops and comic shops will give you. But if it's a really good copy, you could probably get them 50, and you might even be able to talk them up to 60 if it's in good enough shape.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, but GameStop, they have a playing card grading service now.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I think
wild.
you just take them into the store, back to the back where they have the card case, and I think you can just, send them off there or whatever.
Yeah, Soul Assassin. I thought I could be wrong, but I thought I saw that they were just selling the Mr. Freeze with the spider legs by itself. That it wasn't like.
I don't think they were. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was attached to that. I'll look it up after, a little bit later maybe. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Does anybody else have anything ready to go?
I got something to show off a little bit later, but I got to set my camera up. I just want to touch on something, if it's okay.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Well, it's what you saw yesterday, that those Beast Kingdom. I didn't want to link the video because it was somebody else's stuff, and you don't want to rebroadcast that. But they showed off their newest DC figures here at some convention or something, and I may have to go cancel my reservation on that Superman we've been showing off here the last couple of weeks. I've been talking about the $50 Superman. Their figures, they look nice when you first see them, but then you start noticing how they're built and what they're missing compared to McFarlane's. And I don't know if they're worth $50. And plus, they don't look anything like the promo art that they showed to get you hooked in to pre-order. And I noticed the Superman movie figure. It had a big old glob of glue underneath his on his bicep swivel. So somehow they broke the arm when they were displaying it. So they may be very fragile. So for $50, for $50, I don't know if it's worth it. I'll try to find some pictures later on, but I didn't want to link those videos because we might get in trouble for that.
Right. Damn.
I'd seen that Spin Master was also doing some DC figure as well. And
that's the one that I sent you those pictures of the Superman movie figures, right?
Right, yeah. But I mean, the only thing I knew Spin Master was doing that they bought out, at least, is they had bought out the battle bots from Hexbug, and now
I never heard of that company. I had never heard of that company before.
Yeah, Spin Master apparently has been around for a while, but yeah, I didn't know that they were doing figures until I'd seen those things. So, and some of them look pretty cheesy. We were looking at those 3 3/4 ones. Some of them look really bad.
They look just like the Reaction figures. They look exactly the same.
Yeah, and Reaction could go freaking bite a big one with the prices they're talking about they want to charge, because they're already overpriced to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the Spin Masters, they actually, I'm pretty sure they made that Aloy figure that I showed off last week, and that was really nice. So they make some cheap stuff for the kids, but they also, when they want to, they can put out some pretty neat stuff. I think all the PlayStation figures are Spin Master.
Well, I think what I heard, at least anyway, is pre-Hexbug, Spin Master had the rights to making BattleBot toys back in the day, and I have a few older ones that are like Jack's Pacific and stuff like that. I don't think I have any Spin Master ones, but I heard that they were pretty decently made too. So I mean, I guess it all depends on what they're gearing it for. And what's going on, DJ Play Nice, man? Good to see you.
What's up?
Soul
Hello,
Assassin, that
everybody.
happened to me once. Oh,
hey,
sorry, Trina.
It's okay. Just saying hi to everybody. I didn't get a chance to say hello.
Soul Assassins, that happened to me once when I bought a figure. It looked nice, then took it out and discovered his legs were broken and put it together with sticky tack or ticky tack, huh? Straight to the part pile for it. Oh, man, you got to love when that happens. See, when that happens to me, I take it right back to the store. I want another one. I did that with the that damn Stripe and Gizmo, the one that's the Christmas set from NECA. I went to review it, and Stripe's arm just came right back off. It came right off, would not go back on because the whole mushroom peg that those old ones would because they just keep reprinting the same damn figure for the holidays. They don't make any changes to the mold, so it had that really cheap mushroom joint on the end of his freaking shoulder. And once it popped out, would not go back in. I was like, shit, the hell with that! It's going right back to the store.
Yeah.
And wound up got another one later on, but no.
By the way, I did find the pictures of him. So yeah, there it is.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So, yeah. It was the one that I showed.
That was the video that the second video that Soul Assassin sent in the chat.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, because this was in the back of the package too. It was a little tricky to see, but yeah, it's there. So that's cool.
I really thought they had just did that, and I thought they like did that with a Batman figure. I thought they did a 2-pack.
That's possible. That is possible. I don't. There's a lot of things he just released that he barely even advertised, and it's just they're in stores. I was telling Trina when I found the Bizarro 4, there was another figure they had like in a collector's thing. And I didn't know who the hell the character was. Never seen him before in my life. He looked like another super old one, like maybe like a 1930s character or something, or 40s.
Packaged with who? Who was?
No, he was just in a regular like a collector's, the $30 ones. He was like all in black with like yellow boots and yellow trim and like a yellow jetpack, I think it was.
Oh, did he have something like on his like a shield?
Yeah.
And a yellow. He had like a yellow mask.
I believe so.
Agent Liberty.
Okay, I wasn't familiar with the character at all.
Yeah, wait. I'll try to find a picture of him. It was the McFarlane figure, right?
Yep. It was interesting to see.
Yeah, it's most likely this guy.
Yeah, that was him.
Huh. Yeah, right here with the shield on his.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, he does look pretty good.
Yeah, I liked the way that figure was.
I think you showed a picture of him a couple months ago.
Who did?
You did, I think.
Me? No.
Yeah, because from Twitter, you were like, who the hell is this guy? Because this figure came out last year. He was out last year, this guy.
All right. I didn't know this.
I didn't see this.
He has
a white version.
Yeah, I didn't see this version either. That it's actually they have a signature series. So apparently he's Dan Jorgens.
Yeah, he was a Superman character, Superman side character.
Yeah. So yeah, it's signed by Dan Jorgens, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Dan Jorgens is like one of the really good Superman artists.
He did the Death of Superman.
Yeah, but he did a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And even after.
I know he did a lot of Superman. That's where I first remember him from.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the one I saw was not a signature one, but it was in that special case.
All right, guys, is everyone ready? We're getting ready to get back into Matchbox again. Cool. Once again, Trina led us down this rabbit hole, and the pig did his best duty. Indy was on the job and acquired all the information Trina would hopefully like to hear about Matchbox. We got a few more segments on Matchbox and some of the other stuff besides just cars. So let's go ahead and get back into Matchbox Crazy.
Welcome, one and all. I am your Professor, Indy, of the Guinea Pig Collective. And now, we are going to get into some toy history. Today, on Toy History Lessons, we will be talking about another franchise that is often forgotten. We will be talking about Monster in My Pocket. Now, the Monster in My Pocket was best known as a toy line released by Matchbox in 1990. It consisted of small plastic figures representing monsters and later other tangentially related characters. In its first run, there were 11 series released. There were over 200 monsters in the collection, most of which were assigned a point value. Among the highest valued monsters were the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Griffin, the Great Beast, Behemoth, Hydra, and the Werewolf at 25 points. And among the least being Charon, the Invisible Man, and the Witch at 5 points. Initially, the high point value was 25, which was elevated to 30 for the second and third series. The fourth, Super Scary series introduced the 50 to 100 point monsters. The toys were initially solid colored, though later series would gradually add more painted colors, until they became fully colored of new toy makers' Corinthian marketing and vivid imaginations. Follow-up series Super Creepies, creations of real insects and arachnids. The Monster in My Pocket brand, however, did not stay with Matchbox through its entirety. It wound up being traded through a few different companies who wound up re-envisioning it as it went on. Originally developed by American company Morrison Entertainment Group, headed by Joe Morrison and John Weems, two former senior executives at Mattel, who originally licensed it through Mattel, wound up seeing this franchise go to different companies who wound up creating other things on top of the figures, including a board game, trading cards, comics, a video game, and an animated special. Well, that is all that we have on Monsters in My Pocket. Much like Muscle and many other small figures that did not have any kind of articulation, these were still aimed at kids to collect and have a lot of fun because of their low price point. Do you remember Monster in My Pocket? We hope you enjoyed this toy history lesson with me, Indy, of the Guinea Pig Collective.
Yeah, those were great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they came out a little late, so I missed out on the boat on those. But I was super into Muscles. But if I had been in the right age range, I would have been all over those.
Well, the one thing that was kind of different about the Monster in My Pocket as opposed to Muscle and say the Homies that you wind up seeing in the bubblegum machines back in the day is that these were actually a very soft, almost rubbery type of plastic, so they were squishy.
Oh,
nice. How many do you have, Tommy?
I don't remember how many we have. I know we do have a few of them in the back. I'm sure that comes as no surprise.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, though.
But, of course, as always with that, I do have a commercial break for it. And then we can wrap up any last thoughts on my Monster in My Pocket. So here we go with our commercial break associated with that one. Guys, hope you enjoyed this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Have you got in your pocket?
Who, me? Monster in my pocket.
What?
Monster in my pocket. They're new. They're awesome. And they're squishy.
They're here. They're everywhere. They're squishy.
Monster in my pocket.
Monster in My Pocket. New from Matchbox.
Monster in My Pocket. From the beginning, dinosaurs were huge creatures.
Not huge.
This is a Stegosaurus.
24 dinosaurs from Monster in My Pocket.
They're not cute, but they are neat and they fit in my pocket.
Monster in My Pocket.
In my pocket, monster in my pocket.
Wow! Look at all these monsters! I got Red Cap. I'm taking Vampire.
Monster in my pocket.
Get your power card. Let's compare our monster skills. My scariness score blows yours away. Red Cap wins! Not so fast. You forgot about the decoder light. My hidden bonus points beat yours. Ha! In my pocket.
Each with hidden bonus points and power card. Also available, Haunted Mountain playset.
Deep within a Transylvanian mountain, the world's most evil monsters were imprisoned. I, Dr. Henry Davenport, the Invisible Man, was their jailer. Alas, my friends and I underestimated our evil prisoner, Vampire. He planned to escape by shrinking, but the spell shrank Monster Mountain instead and blew us all the way to Los Angeles. Now we must recapture those evil monsters, Vampire, Medusa, and Swamp Beast. But it isn't easy when you're 1 inch high. Edgar Raven, the world-famous horror writer, was the only human who might truly understand our predicament. Unfortunately, he was away, but his 10-year-old daughter Carrie wasn't. And now we're just monsters in her pocket.
Now, back to our program.
Edgar Raven.
If they made a really, really kind of like mediocre, middle of the road type NES game, that shit.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned it. I mentioned it in there.
Yeah, sorry. I stepped out for a second. My bad.
Yeah. Soul
Yeah, there
Assassin
you go.
brought it up too.
It's not very good. It's not horrible, but it's just like it's one of those games that like they just slapped a name on it and didn't care if they were making anything good.
Well, later on when we get back into Matchbox, I have one more thing on Matchbox, one more segment on Matchbox and some of their extra toys. And this is not the only game that they produced. There was another game that Matchbox did produce. They produced 2, I think, for the one line, from what I was reading. Even though some sources say only 1, it's kind of hard to discern. But either way, yeah, Matchbox had a hand in both Monster in My Pocket and one other Matchbox related video game. So I will get into that in the next Matchbox segment that we wind up doing. But as for right now, anything else that anybody wants to add on Monster in My Pocket before I pass it off to one of you guys?
No, that was pretty sweet.
I hadn't ever heard of that.
You never heard of that?
No, that's one I've never heard of.
They stuck around for a while too.
Pretty sweet.
Soul Assassin.
They were like the second coming of those the muscle figures, basically.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, there was a whole bunch of toys that came out right around the same time that were very similar in design. So you had Muscle, and of course later on you had Homies that had gumball machines. You also had Army Ants.
There was also Guts. They
Guts.
Were kind of,
there was 1 or 2 other ones too. They were all basically the same.
Oh God, Army Ants! I forgot all about those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did a small thing on them a while back.
I still have a couple of those.
Yeah, we got a case of them sitting in the back between them and like Food Fighters, but at least Food Fighters had a little bit of articulation, not much, but
yeah.
Oh wow, Food Fighters! Oh my God, I had some of those.
Yeah, I think people would be surprised all the friggin' older toys that we've wound up hitting over the years on this show. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a long, strange, crazy road.
No one mentions that one Guts anymore. I remember they fucking had sets of those things and they had vehicles.
Oh, here I got another one for you. I just found a few Slasher Zybots.
I remember the name
with the X, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember these. I want to look it up.
Well, I might as well just show this one then. I got a I got a pretty big review over here. Actual review, not just a 3-minute one. And yeah, this thing was pretty damn sweet. I was hoping Adam would be around, but I guess his internet again. Here, we'll start it off. So this is one that no one else on panel, they don't have. At least I haven't seen it yet. This is the Jada Toys. Frosted Flakes, Tony the Tiger. Beautiful, beautiful figure.
I almost ordered them.
And I am a former lead designer of McFarlane Toys. And today I'm reviewing a pretty cool figure from Jada Toys. I know it looks like a cereal box, right? I'm not reviewing cereal. But as a kid, I did eat this stuff. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. We got Tony the Tiger. The way that they did this packaging is absolutely fantastic. Like the ingredients list, but it actually tells you more about the figure. It's in different languages as well, what he comes with.
Yeah, I love that. They did that with the Frankenberry and Count Chocula and Blueberry too.
Character himself.
I'm regretting that I didn't get
those. Product shot of the figure.
I'm waiting till Halloween to do my reviews on them.
It does have a magnetic window thing here. Pretty damn awesome. And yeah, just a fun figure.
Is that a fucking sombrero?
I think we have in store here.
That's what a sombrero?
No.
Very awesome.
What's that?
Yeah, I will open this and you guys.
It's a basketball.
Review of Tony the Tiger.
Oh, with some effect around it? Okay.
Yeah.
Show you guys even the inside of the box.
Pretty damn cool.
Some pretty nice artwork here. They did a very, very cool job.
Side review gig. Where Val
We'll be opening him up a bit.
That would be great.
Review. So here's Tony out of the package. And wow, this guy is really, really awesome. They did such a great job. We'll break it all down. I want to show you the box of cereal first. Pretty nicely done. I think the print could have been a little bit better though. I know it's a solid piece, but it looks a little dull. It should be a little bit brighter and more clear. But the details are there. It's like legit, you know. Well, I think it's hollow inside, but it is plastic all around. So not cardboard.
I think Gap is insinuating that Tony's packing.
Tony. And he has no teeth. But the paint job is really nice. He does smell like spray paint when you open this up.
Oh.
And this is cloth. This is actual soft goods. What they did there. So it limits his articulation a little bit. But overall, still pretty nice. He's got ball jointed shoulders. Again, be careful with the paint. You don't want anything to scrape.
He's taller than what I expected.
Yeah, it was a pretty good size.
These joints are super tight.
7 to 7.5 inches, something like that.
Mindful of that, but it does go all the way. He's got the hinge. He's got a beautiful ball joint there. 2 ball joints. So you go all the way side to side. Front, back. Good stuff. He does have very short legs as far as he could go. He does have that.
Yeah, does he have trouble standing because of how fucking tidy his fucking legs
the
are?
tail helps. It's like a tripod.
It's like
yeah.
Some pivot.
There was another character.
very
There was
short
another
legs.
figure that did that
You have the
too.
joint that's there as well.
The
His tail
Chester Cheetah.
also jointed.
Where the tail was a stand.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Overall, this is like a really
They made him as
fun-looking
well.
figure.
Same company.
So I'll show you the accessories next. But yeah, overall, pretty damn good. It's a fun little piece. So here are some of the accessories he does come with.
Didn't your gargoyles figure did that too?
Yeah, you could bend the tail.
You could
help it
remove the
balance.
spoon as well. This is a loose floating piece in here. Let me make sure a little bit better. So however you want to turn this thing around. They did a nice job with the paint. Very cool. Looks good. And he does have the bowl of cereal, the Frosted Flakes, which I think they could have put a little bit of white dry brush or something on there. But overall, it's still nice. He does have a hand to hold it, and there is a peg. You put the bowl there, and bam, you hold it, and you're going anywhere.
So that's pretty cool. He does also have the basketball.
Yeah, I see it.
Effect on it. And
It's like a Space Jam logo.
Yeah, kind of. It's just soft plastic. Yeah, but I like that it's just a soft plastic. So that's
well.
pretty sweet. So it looks like he.
That's cool that it could come off.
About to bounce it. You also have another hand with the finger, so you could spin it.
That's what it's
And
for,
that's
to make it
part
look
of
like
this
it's
is
spinning
where
on
you
top
can
of his
put the
finger.
effect on top of it, so it looks like it's actually spinning. So that's
cool.
pretty
That's
damn
cool.
awesome. However you want to do that, and he does have the thumbs up hand as well. So overall, the accessories are great. I showed you guys the cereal box before, but all in all, really, really fantastic. And of course, I did forget to show you, he does have the regular pointing finger. Oh, one other thing to note, he does not have any pegs on the bottom of his feet. So that's why he's using the tail as like a tripod thing to kind of keep him up. So that's just something to point out as well. If anyone was kind of wondering, is Tony eating some of his Frosted Flakes? Yeah, really, It really is a fun little figure.
What's that at the bottom? Is it just supposed to be like pads, like tiger paws? Is that what it's supposed to be? Okay.
Or just grew up in the 80s and all that. I mean, it went further back than that. But
the
original
Tony
the Tiger was in 1950. Iconic mascot characters.
I thought it was like magnets or something for a second.
In
That might have been
plastic
pretty cool.
in toy form. And since Jada
You're gonna have Tony beating the shit out of your Street Fighter.
Yeah,
character.
same
That's
company.
awesome.
Same company.
The look on his face is fucking hilarious.
That's why I did that. If you want your Tony the Tiger beating the crap out of some Street Fighter figures, you could definitely do that. But, yeah, good stuff here.
That's my weak arm, Cammy.
Figure. Very, very cool looking overall. I think they did an excellent job on this. I want to give them like a 9.5 maybe out of 10. I mean, it is really pretty damn amazing what they did here. I just say like maybe his legs feel like they're a little bit weak, the joints. Maybe almost kind of rubbery-ish, if you kind of see. I think they should have been a little more solid, but other than that, like again, his articulation's excellent. You could do so much with this guy. However you want to pose him on the shelf. But again, keep in mind he's got short legs, so that's where he's kind of limited. But that's just the design of the figure himself.
You would think with the shorter legs that they would have put the ratchets in the legs too, like they did in the arms.
Well, they are tight
like I said,
joints.
you can do
The
what
thing
you
is,
want with the
it's just like
actual
by
basketball
the
as well.
by the knee and the ankle, it feels a little flimsy. Like if it was more solid and less rubbery, like his arms are totally solid. If they use that same type of plastic, yeah, that would have been really, really good. And I did notice he has a little bit of scrapage of the black stripe on the ball joint on the shoulder. So that's why I said be very careful when you're kind of posing some of these if you do end up picking them up. But other than that, yeah, beautiful figure. If you just want it up Jada like Toys, that, it's one of my new favorite companies. Plenty of cool stuff. Well, like I said, it's how he scales with the because they're Street Fighters. But those things are all 9.5s and 10s. So, all in all, pretty sharp. Here's a more look at Tony. Rotate them here. It's just a crappy McFarlane base. That is really weak. He's kind of a heavier figure, so this thing's wobbling all over the place. But you know, it is what it is. But overall, yeah, this guy is fantastic.
Fantastic, Vinnie.
Well,
I'm giving you a 6.
He's a giant tiger, and if you don't eat it, he's going to hurt you. So there you go. There's more branding for Frosted Flakes.
That's a big ass spoon too.
I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Remember to hit like and subscribe. Yeah, Tony the Tiger gets a very high rating. I'd say about a 9.5. He is a solid figure. There's not much to gripe about. Like I said, maybe some of the joints could have been a little bit better on those legs.
And the spoon is attached to that hand.
Home runs with these figures. So if you like them, if you want them, remember, get your Frosted Flakes. But Tony's going to beat you up because they're great. See, I said it. But no, you could take the spoon out of the hand. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. No,
Awesome.
they thought of like everything with this figure. He is
Dude,
absolutely
I'm
amazing.
telling you, like Jay, we've been talking about it for a long time. What's going on, Canadian Spider-Man? Good to see you, man. Good
What's
to see
up?
you. It's Super Jada. Is Super 7? Garbage. Super 7 is trash. I'm sorry. Super 7 is garbage. I already have a figure from Super 7 because it's the same company as Reaction Super 7. They make trash.
Yeah.
Their shit is not good.
Yeah, Jada so far, with all the figures I've gotten from them, it's mostly Street Fighters, but that thing too, some of the top level stuff. And again, they used to make cars. They're primarily known for making toy cars. So to see them doing stuff like this and hitting home runs, like articulation, design, like they really care about whatever product they're putting out, because that is love and attention they put into the box artwork, the accessories, articulation, capturing these characters in 3D like this. Unbelievable. I
Truly,
think,
and like you're saying, they've done it with so many different lines already. They did a fairly good job with the Godzilla versus Kong figures. Some of them, I think they probably did a little better, but from what I've seen out there, most of those looked really good. And then, like you're saying, the Street Fighter, these breakfast cereal ones, or actually, it's not just breakfast cereal. Like they did Chester Cheetah was the first one they ever did. But then they did Boo Berry, they did Count Chocula, and then they did Frankenberry. And I have Frankenberry and Count Chocula in the back. And even though I haven't fully reviewed them, because I like to do a full open box, and review it at the time when I open it. So they're sitting there waiting until Halloween time. From what I can see, everything that they have in there is absolutely spectacular. And that's one of the things I think that's been setting Jada apart. They're keeping their prices, once again, affordable for the everyday collector, while giving you the absolute top-notch quality you could possibly get out of that affordability range.
Yeah.
They also make some great Mega Man figures.
Yeah. I'm going to be reviewing one soon as well. I did get my hands on one for about $16. So I jumped all over. I'm like, I like that character. So.
And as far as Super 7, it's not that I mean to shit on them, but I've got one figure in the back that I was interested in, and it was given to me as a gift by a friend, and I really do appreciate it. But when I reviewed it, there were so many damn problems with that figure that I was like, I gave it a pretty horrible score by the end. Vinnie has also done some of the Super 7 Thundercats figures, and there was like problems with those as well. The Mummer one, I remember him giving a good score to, but the Lion-O, he said it had problems with it. And was there another one?
Well, the Lion-O that was released in Target, though it's like a dumbed down version, but it's more cartoon accurate. Yeah, the ones that were like $50, those were better. Yeah, the Lion-O that came in the same line as the Mumra, those two are beautiful. Those are fantastic. I have no issues with them. But the one that they just released in Target like a few months back, that's got problems.
But I still find that a very hard pill to swallow. $50 for one of those figures.
Yeah. But again, that's why I only got two of them, and that was a couple of years ago.
Real quick before I let you go, Shifty, I want to answer this for him, so I give him. So one of the figures in particular that I'm talking about is a Cobra Commander that Super 7 did. That was supposed to be the cartoon version of Cobra Commander. There was all kinds of loose joints in this thing. I mean, all the way through the whole damn figure. And then on top of that, he came with accessories that you couldn't even use. They were just basically throw-ins to the package that would just lay on the ground. They gave him a rifle with absolutely no handle on it. It's just like big, huge mistakes. And that one was like a $50 figure as well. Yeah. And I felt really bad that this friend of mine sent me this thing, the review, and he gave it to me as a gift for whatever. I mean, being nice, because I guess that's what people do when they're friends. So I felt bad that I had to give it a bad review, but I had to be honest about it. There was just way too many problems, especially at the price point that they were selling it for. And they do the same thing with their Reaction figures, because whether you knew it or not, Super 7 is part of Reaction, and Reaction has been around for a long time. They started sometime in the early 2000s. They were making Judge Dredd 2000 AD figures and stuff like that, and they eventually scaled them down to the 3 3/4, almost Kenner Star Wars style figures. And then they started getting a lot more traction with those, and then they started getting back into the larger figures, but a lot of the quality is missing in them.
Yeah, I got him, Cobra Commander and Duke. I haven't opened them up yet, though. I don't know if I will after all the negatives you told me about it. So I may just leave him in the box and on display.
That's all I had to say on that. So yeah, Shifty, go for it, man.
No, this is
that's
Vinnie.
Trina.
Oh, it's Trina.
This is
Okay.
me.
My bad. I am so sorry, Trina. I didn't see who brought it up.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we've got Silver Age Superman here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Hell
this
yeah.
figure is absolutely awesome. This is my favorite Superman that McFarlane has put out so far, and yeah, the box is awesome, and yeah. Let me fast forward this into the
I love that 70s and 80s kind of representation there. And that's your classic Superman from the comics.
That's actually the Bronze Age. That I don't know why they got labeled Silver Age, but
that's okay. It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, so here
I
he
was
is.
the bad influence on her on this one.
Yeah, but well, that's okay. I accept that influence. And yeah, so like all of his figures, he comes with stand and those cards there. And I'm not taking those out because I don't want to destroy the packaging. I'm going to use my own stand. But yeah, I mean, just look at him. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
And look, he doesn't look like fucking Jay Leno or Ronald Reagan. It's awesome.
Everybody, it's me, Superman.
Yeah, and okay, so I don't know if the camera's not really doing a good job, but there are blue streaks in his hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that.
His comic book style, like the picture behind him.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was so impressed with that, and the cape that's got a wire in it, and the S in the back.
Awesome.
Yep. Yeah. And the S in the front isn't raised or anything. It's painted on. So yeah, this is such a perfect figure.
It's so
to have it painted on like that. Yeah, it creates a very clean appearance to it.
Yeah.
Because when they do that raised, when they do the raised one, it's just something is lost in translation when they do that.
Oh
yeah.
This one came out this year.
Yep.
It just came out. Yeah.
Yeah, it just came out. So we'll do some articulation here, and he's yeah, this is a well articulated figure. I was actually surprised at how articulated he was. He's almost Spider-Man level articulated.
Yeah, it's the same body from the Fleischer.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and the Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to keep the Kingdom Come in package. This one, you could put him back into the package. So he's one I'm going to be opening up as well.
So what's with the cape? It's like embedded into the figure.
Yeah, it's it's like glued or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
His whole neck part, the skin part, that's like the separate piece that's holding the entire cape down.
Gotcha.
It's glued and pinned. So yeah, so that cape's never coming off. So
yeah,
beautiful job.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and
how sad is it? How sad is it though? They're waiting towards the end, and now they're putting out the best stuff that they've ever done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like other ones that I've gotten, but not as much as this one. Not even close.
The proportions are so perfect on them.
Yeah, this is the best one he's done.
Mm-hmm.
The Christopher Reeve one is also awesome, but it's more of like just to have a Christopher Reeves Superman.
Right.
Well, the Fleischer one and the Christopher Reeve ones are the only three good Superman figures I've seen from him.
Pretty much. That Bizarro
the rest
one.
Of them look, no, I mean like Superman himself. Like,
yeah.
The rest of them look so fucking weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange because they did like those comic book Ed McGuinness and Frank Miller ones with the really chunky, huge, crazy bodies.
You can kit bash to get some good looking ones if you have the money and time.
Yep.
The first one I ever got was actually a gift from my husband and kids, and that one is a really good Superman, but it's not on this level.
Yeah. If it is the very first one that McFarlane did, that's the same one that they have for the Bizarro body, and you could tell, like, just the comparisons, that the body looks a little more janky and wonky. That's why it works for Bizarro, because he's got like the skinnier legs and the upper half is bigger. But this one, like I said, everything is proportioned so perfectly. Like the thickness of the legs, the arms, chest, like everything that you want out of a Superman figure, like they nailed it.
I'll take a picture of it and show you. It looks good. It doesn't look wonky or anything like that.
Okay.
The Bizarro one, it's like, yeah, he definitely does have depends on.
Yeah, because I have the very first Superman that he did, and that's how I know it's the same exact mold. They just changed the hands and the head, basically.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was the first one that I got, but it was, yeah, it was early. But yeah, he looks awesome, and he just comes with just these
Flying hands.
yeah, flying hands. Yeah, exactly. And that's all. That's all he needs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, punching and flying, the two
I
things.
think they could have gave him the flight stand, though. I mean, it's Superman.
Yeah,
that's true.
But they don't add any stands with these this line
with the digital ones.
Digital
Yeah,
line.
I'll take it one for it. He could have threw one extra in there. He could have threw the heat ray vision thing in.
Yeah,
you're right.
Or
that would have been cool.
A changeable head with like red eyes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. And this is always my favorite stance for him. But here he is, like he's starting to take flight. He's getting ready.
That is awesome.
He's heading up into the clouds. And there he is, off to save Lois Lane again. Yeah, I love
That's
this
a cool
figure.
stand too that you got there.
Yeah, these are the stands I got. I got a bunch of them off Amazon.
Yeah, I like the shape of those because like you could put them together, like side by side. Like it fits nice. The only ones I could find were like the square bottom ones.
Yeah.
But they're still good. They work.
I need to start buying some of those stands.
Yeah, you can find them on eBay. They got like sets of them, like 12 or something, for like $1 a piece or something like that.
Yeah.
So Gap After Dark, Trina, I could hear in your voice how excited you are. Everybody on the panel could hear it, like she's almost giggling to herself. She's having so much fun with this one. Trina's a real fan.
Yeah. Like when I saw, so I think it was Tommy. I think Tommy, you were the first one to show me that version of Superman. I was like, I don't know. I have so many Supermans already. And then, so I was like, I don't think I'm going to get it. And then Vinnie got it and he showed me like how it looked in packaging. And I was like, I'm getting it. Like, as we were texting, I ordered it from GameStop and it came 2 days later.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's too good.
It's a great figure.
It is. I love it. I can't publish it. I'm so mad. The music I used for the intro, I got it off. It's supposed to be a royalty-free thing, but as soon as I uploaded it, it says copyright on it, so I've got to replace the music.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
This is why I've been trying to do all my own music, and unfortunately, every once in a while, if I go to reuse like old footage, if I forget, we can wind up getting another hit for the older music because they hit you for everything. Doesn't matter if you pay for the service or not; they wind up hitting you for it. And it's absolute bullshit.
It is.
Yeah.
Soul Assassin says, I have the Kenner Power of the Force X-Wing and TIE Fighter with shooting off wings, but need to find replacement parts to repair them. Yeah, and finding the replacement parts is where a lot of these people hit you for. That's where they get the most money for a lot of this shit. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Another thing Soul Assassin said, Trina, look up Syndicate Customs Creations on Instagram. He sells custom figurehead sculpts and paints them whenever you get a Superman with a bad head sculpt.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Nice.
All right. Who's our next victim?
I got nothing this week, so.
Okay. That was an incredible review, Trina.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That was sweet.
Wasn't expecting you to see you whip that one out, but you were like, stand back, boys. I got something to whip out here.
We're all bringing the thunder tonight.
I got a special one for next week too.
Sweet.
Oh shit. Well, while we're waiting for our next person to show something off, I got one other thing. Get back into the Matchbox again. This is going to be the last part of the Matchbox and all the different stuff that they've done. We've already shown off a couple things with Monster in My Pocket, and of course the Matchbox history of cars and how they got started and how they created those teeny tiny little cars. But did you know about some of this stuff? Once again, let's give props to the hero of the show, Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective, doing all the hard work that I'm too lazy to do.
How you can
Greetings, humans. This is Indy. Welcome back to Toys from the Past. Welcome back with me, Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective, your professor and the archaeological pig. So on today's Toys from the Past, we will be talking about Matchbox and their diversified toy lines that most people forget that they even made. So along with the Matchbox cars, Matchbox also produced different sizes of cars, including scale model kits of airplanes. They did this for a while, and eventually these were sold to Revell, who continued to make them. They had die-cast ones and they had plastic model kits. They also created the Matchbox motorways. The Matchbox motorways consisted of easily assembled hard plastic track designed to look like concrete roads, rather than the soft plastic ones of Hot Wheels and the super fast tracks. They also created slot cars. They also created scale soldiers. So in the late 70s, Matchbox produced a small range of 132nd and 172nd World War II toy soldiers. Also in the 1970s, Matchbox created its own line of action figures, including the Matchbox Fighting Furies, pirate and cowboy figures with separate costumes in 1974, Mobile Action Command plastic figures with accessories and rescue-themed vehicles, and from the 1980s onwards, its action figure lines tied in with television and animations such as Ring Raiders, Robotech, Voltron, Parasites, Monster in My Pocket, and Pee-wee's Playhouse. Matchbox also had their hands in the video game world, producing Motor City Patrol and of course the Monster in My Pocket video game. Who knew that Matchbox had gotten their hands into so many different things and tried to diversify their company before they were eventually absorbed into Tyco, when most of these other lines ended and other companies wound up picking them up and then eventually being bought by Mattel, their old rival with Hot Wheels. Thank you for joining us for this Toys from the Past.
Nice.
Cool.
That was awesome.
Ring Raiders. I forgot that they did Voltron. I forgot about that shit.
I didn't because when they were bringing a lot of those toys over, like right around the same time Hasbro made that deal with the car and they brought over Transformers, Bandai had made a deal with Matchbox, and that was the first time that they brought over what was originally the Go Lion set. And I remember going to the U.S. Route 1 indoor flea market up there near New Brunswick and seeing that set in there. And I was just wowed by that big die-cast line set. It was just amazing.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Scotsman? Good seeing you, bro. He said he had those
What
too,
up,
man.
Scotsman?
Yeah, those. Yeah, the
And
die-cast metal. So
Parasites and Ring Raiders. I've never heard of
Yes.
those.
Yep.
Never
No,
heard
I
of
remember Parasites, and I was talking to Vinnie about this, and I didn't know if maybe that would jog his memory of it. I remember it vaguely. I never got any of them, but I do recall them. I just never picked them up. But I'd forgotten all about Robotech, though.
I remember there was a line Air Raiders. I don't remember Ring Raiders, though. I don't know what the hell company made them, but
yeah. Well, I have one more I'll show for this week. I'll save the other ones for next. But since I already showed the Jada Tony the Tiger, I figured let me show another Jada figure. So this one's a quick one. This is a 3-minute one. But we got Ryu. It was actually a gift from a really good friend of mine. So thanks again to him. I don't know if he wants his name said on there, but
formerly designer of McFarlane toys and a comic book creator. I wanted to show you guys this cool piece here. This is actually gifted to me by a friend because I did not have Ryu, and one of my best friends, he surprised me with this. So thanks again, buddy. Pretty damn cool. This was purchased, I believe, at Walmart. So if you're looking for them, Walmart has them right now. So I'll open this guy up and give you guys a full review. So here he is, open out of the package.
Also, if you're looking, you may find him at Target.
Okay, yeah. And if you have a magical target like Tommy,
or they should be about $7 cheaper on Amazon too.
Okay. Oh, nice. Very cool.
So we do have his effect here, his blast, his Hadouken or Hadoken, whatever the hell it's called. It's on this little stand. You could adjust the height of it slightly. I do like that you could see he has hands inside of there. That's pretty cool.
Oh shit!
Hands. He does come with.
Hold on 1 second. Then
a left and a right.
What's that? Yeah.
So that Hadoken, it doesn't look as clear as the first one that they released. The one that I have. The one I have is a little bit lighter blue.
This is the second factory that they were using.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that you have is from the very first factory. I was trying to get it could be my lighting too, because you could see his hands a little more clearly in person. It almost looks a little more clouded. So it could be just.
But I'm just saying, like the blue on it looks a little darker than the one I have.
Right. Okay, I have the Chun-Li from the first factory, and I have the Fei Long from the first factory. And I know Fei Long, the fire effect that goes over his leg is like gummy. It's I think that thing's gonna like leach out. This one feels more solid, so maybe that is one of the reasons why they switched factories. There's some minor differences from what I've seen on other people's reviews.
Or Hadoken, whatever the hell it's called. It's on this little stand. You could adjust the height of it slightly. I do. Like
they are doing a new Street Fighter movie. I heard about that.
Inside of there, that's pretty cool. Speaking of hands, he does come with 2 fists, a left and a right. Alternate head, which I really don't like the sculpt on this. It looks like the forehead's too high and that mouth is kind of odd. But the figure itself looks fantastic, and his articulation is really nice. So I'll show you guys that in a sec as well. Let's get to the articulation on Ryu, whatever. Head articulation is really good. Full range here. His hair lifts up a little bit. No, I just noticed that. He does have butterfly joints. I think it goes back a little bit better on the left side. His arms are ball jointed. He does have all the standard joints that you really want and like these type of figures, which is really good. He has diaphragm, but it's under this gi, which this looks kind of thick. I think it should be a little bit thinner, but I'm gonna see if I can get this off as well. Splits are fantastic. He does have, again, really great range all around. He has a double jointed knees. He has articulation on the top of the, like underneath here. And he does have like the swivel and stuff. So really nice. So I did get his gi off. It's like a little kind of plug-in, so like a little button almost. You just press it. So there you go. His articulation is a little bit limited. He could arch back pretty well there, but his side to side, I don't know. I might have to loosen it up, but it might be the sculpt itself. I was able to get the arms back a little further too, so that's pretty good. So I don't have Sagat yet as of the recording of this, but here is how he stacks off with Tony the Tiger.
Who's pointing and laughing at him?
Yep.
Same company makes these. I got a full
You gotta have
review
fun
of
with your
them up as well. You guys got to check it out. But yeah, overall, Ryu is a fantastic figure. Hey everybody, this is
But yeah, really cool. He's around, I'd say maybe a 9.
So I'm kind of wondering what they changed, because when I reviewed my Ryu and both the Ken, they both had fantastic movement, like, you know, rock side to side, like everything. I was able to put them in every position that you could have put them in from the moves in the game.
Yeah,
so
I loosened it a little
issues.
bit more. Yeah, it's just because he was so new. Yeah, because right now I have him in my hand, and yeah, he's got a lot more range than what I showed on there. So yeah, I just had to loosen up the joint more. Because what's his name?
Once again,
or was this gonna say Guile in
once
the
again,
background?
I wanted to hammer that point in though, real quick, Vinny. I wanted to hammer the point, like, you're getting such good quality from Jada with these toys, and once again, you're getting them at under $30, where everybody else is charging 30 or more for these damn figures.
Oh, yeah.
They're still charging 25.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty damn good. I think at Walmart, I think they're around 30 though, just because of recent events there. But I know that
Walmart should be avoided like the plague at this point. They're overcharging on a lot of shit.
Well, then I know the next two figures, they are going to be more pricey just because it's a larger box and they're larger figures. The Blanca and Sagat, they're around 35, I believe. They were marking them at. So yeah, if you're all looking for them, or some are starting to hit stores, yeah, they're a little bit more pricey just because. But from what I've seen in some reviews, people aren't complaining at all because they see the quality. Those things are like practically, they're both like 10 out of 10 figures for the size.
Well,
what
we were talking about the Blanca one before. I'd seen somebody else review it, and it got the damn thing almost into a full ball.
Yep.
Like, that's some major articulation, especially for a figure that's that much larger. And plus, the way they hollowed out the hair to make it not hinder movement whatsoever when you tilt his head all the way back.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Speaking about Blanca, Jason Momoa is in talks to play him.
God.
Yeah, and you'll never guess who might be Akuma, and they say he's already got the role.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Oh shit!
I just said Idris Elba because that's who they pick for fucking everything.
Oh gee, for Akuma.
guys, cool down with all the wrestler talk. You're going to get Trina all excited.
Sorry.
Soul Assassin, he said, if you're in a toy aisle and you hear a high pitched Hadouken scream, don't panic. It's just the guinea pigs fighting kids for a figure, and go about your day. This is true.
Right. Yeah.
Are they actually going to get good people to be Ken and Ryu this time, though?
They've got, I think, the guy from the series Warrior as Ryu.
They got two nobodies to play Ken and Ryu in that fucking Van Damme.
No, they're guys that are like actual martial artists. So.
Yeah, I thought I saw a photo of the guy somewhere, and yeah.
It's the guy that plays Storm Shadow, I think, is playing Ryu.
Yeah, that's the same guy, right? That Netflix show. That Netflix show, I think, is the one that was based off of Bruce Lee's writings. Like, he had like another screenplay or something he was working on, and they ended up turning it into that series. But yeah, I heard that he's really good on it. So
I seen some of it. It's pretty good. I just didn't. It's like anything with a lot of those series that are very long. It's kind of hard to just find the time to sit there and watch them all, especially if you got crappy internet and you're preparing for a toy show for 3 or 4 days.
Oh yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. But that's cool though. Hey, if he's good, yeah, then I'm fine with that. Just make sure the story is gonna work.
My God,
We're going to need a cleanup in the green room. Trina's making a mess.
Oh,
I don't remember who's on mop duty this week, but somebody else is going to have to get it.
I actually ordered a mop this week from Target, but
Oh, see, you're all prepared. Get in the green room. Start cleaning that up.
She's like, I'd pig me all day.
Stop it, Vinnie. Stop it.
oh dear.
So tell me, Trina, where is it going to tickle you when you hold Superman late at night in your house and the lights are all off?
Oh boy.
We're retarded.
That's all right, though. It makes it more
puts the
interesting.
figure in the basket or it gets the hose again.
What do you mean I can't buy that next figure?
She's like, put the fucking figure in the basket.
She's gonna dig a well in the middle of her house the next time her husband says she can't have a figure.
Lord.
It's gonna be chaos in the house.
Oh, to put him in. Okay.
It was we were doing the Silence of the Lambs yesterday. That's what.
I thought the well was for something else.
It's not me, Soul Assassin. It's them. It's them.
That's
Do I have
what
to
all
get
the
that
serial
clip of you?
killers say. Who's next?
I could go next. I need to turn my camera on. There we go.
All right.
There we go. Let's see if you can see this. Hello, Trina.
Oh.
Hello,
I should have
Trina.
just, if it was going to be all three of us, I should have just done it too.
Hello, Trina. Okay,
Hey.
now I just pulled him out. Oh, hey, here's a jar of peanut butter. I'm sitting in my kitchen. So. Yeah, I didn't buy. I did buy some stuff this week, but they're coming in. So maybe I'll have them next week. I bought some older Tords of Superman. So I kind of spent more than I should have on them. But hey, check it out. I found some stuff this week. I found a 90s Alien figure. This was the Alien Xenomorph in the 2-pack with the Predator. I got rid of the Predator a few years back because I didn't really care for him, but I kept this one for sentimental reasons. This was the one from the 2-pack. My camera's reversed, so I'm having trouble sending it up here. I used to take this to high school all the time in my book bag because I would pull it out during art class and sketch him because he's super detailed. I think this is probably the best Xenomorph of the line. You had to buy him in the 2-pack. And cool figure. All the other ones were based on like different animals. You had like the gorilla alien and the rhino alien. This was the only. I can't turn it the right way. This was the one that just looked like straight out of the movies. He's not super posable, but he's cool just to have him sitting around. And a couple of other things I found. These were actually my mom's. She bought these at a yard sale. Oh, hold on. There we go. Camera problems. Oh, here we go. I got the Migo.
Shit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Very nice.
There we go.
Are they the re-releases or?
No, these are the old ones. The old ones.
I have both of those guys, and I used to have a few more. Unfortunately, the way my dad packed them, they're not in that great of shape.
Yeah, those look like they're in awesome fucking condition.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of dirt on the shirt right there, but and the 6 insignias kind of peeling off. But
you know what? That might not actually be dirt. That's probably the wear from the freaking blue belt that they used to have on there for the communicator and the
really?
the phaser pistol. Yeah, because it
Yeah,
was
I wish I
a
had that
clear.
stuff.
It was a light blue belt that just snapped around their waist, and sometimes that would kind of rub off on the shirt.
Yeah, I wish I had that stuff. That and a phaser. Don't got him. There's a little bit of paint rub off on his head, but he's in pretty decent condition. Spock's in perfect condition.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love those.
What year did those come out again?
They came out in the 70s, like 75.
Wow. Yeah, I wish I had bones though. I need to track it down.
Migos were like the fucking. They had everything. They had Marvel, DC movies, TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I got this week.
That's amazing, man. I love seeing those
Yeah.
old things like that.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love those things. What's going on, DJ Ronnie G, man? Hope
What's
you're doing
up?
well. Hope
Hey.
the turtle is too.
Who did?
I don't know. Go ahead.
You would know, Tommy, because these are like fucking. This would be up your fucking, wheelhouse of knowledge. The original Alien figure, the big one, the fucking one that was like 10 or 12. That's like that. It was like came out around the same time as the first Alien movie, right?
I believe it's Kenner.
It was Kenner.
The very, very first one was Kenner? Oh, okay.
Yes, it was. So this was a number of years ago. This would have been about 2020. What's going on, man? Chris Knight, the Real Review 3000. What's up, buddy, man? How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hope you're well. Right around 2020, Kenner was re-releasing a lot of those old school figures that they made back in the day. Well, should I say Hasbro, because Hasbro owns Kenner. They were re-releasing them, and one of the ones that they re-released was the old school big giant Alien Queen with the action where the mouth shot out and everything like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did it have the ooze that came out the back?
That I don't remember being in there. You know how they get about stuff like that nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure that was in there, but I mean, as far as the rest, you remember even they did like Apon and stuff like that, like the Marines and everything for the Kenner line.
From the Kenner line, yeah.
They even re-released those at the same time, and right around that same time is when somebody had bought the rights to Mego and to start reproducing Mego figures. And some of the first ones that they put out on the shelves was Kirk, Spock, Bones, and all those. And I wanted to get them, but it was kind of like there was way too many things I was collecting at the same time, and I just couldn't afford to buy all of them. So unfortunately, I had to say no to the Migos, which I wish I would have recollected them. Would have been nice to have ones that are in excellent condition.
Yeah, the only other Mego I had was the Adam West Batman, but he didn't have a cape. He didn't have no gloves. He didn't have the emblem on his chest. It had already been gone. It was just, it had a lot of paint scratched off the head.
I have a very, very fucked up version of Creature from the Black Lagoon. I think there's only one arm left on this thing. But you can't really tell because it still has the fucking jumpsuit. The jumpsuit is still there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Chris, I'm not hard to get a hold of. Anytime you might want to come on and talk about the old school stuff like that. I mean, we've done it a few times in the past. It was a couple years ago. I think we did a whole special and I dedicated it to JJ, and I did nothing but show off a slew of my old Star Wars stuff. So if you ever have the itch for that, let me know. You can reach out to me. If you want to find me on Twitter, unfortunately, my old handles have been hijacked thanks to people that get highly offended. So you find me under Warpig, GPC_Warpig. It's all down in the description. All right, where are we at now? Anybody else? Awesome freaking Alien and freaking Spock and Kirk too. Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Those are cool.
Gotta try to find the creature.
I was going to dump out my muscles tonight, but I'll save it for another time.
Yep, that'd be the one, Chris. GPC Warpig. It's only my third account on Twitter. Most despised pig in the universe.
Unbelievable.
But right now we're going to get into something. I'm bringing it back while we're waiting for Slasher to bring stuff up because I'm pretty sure he's grabbing some pictures. But we're going to get into some collectible past trivia. Now, I've changed it just a little bit so everybody has a little bit more of a chance to interact this time. So let's go ahead. Let's see how good your knowledge is.
be right back.
You're damn right. A menace to the world. So just in case anybody doesn't understand Tootsie Toys and what they look like, I got a few pictures right here. So this is their typical stamp cars that they used to do.
Okay.
I also have this piece right here. So they did some airplanes and stuff like that. So there you go with the Tootsie Toy Flying Tiger on the bottom right there, which I have something else for that later on too as well. So anybody want to take a guess? Was it true or false? As demand fell, did they go out of business?
I'd say true.
Gap also says true.
Mm-hmm.
Trina, any guesses?
You know what? I'll be the contrarian, and I'm going to say false.
Okay, we got 2 trues, 1 false. Shifty.
I guess I'll go for false. I actually think I got the first car you showed. So.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of those sitting in the back somewhere, but I couldn't dig them out for today's show. It was just too much, especially with all the extra injuries I got. Chris at Real Review 3000. Chris Knight says false as well. Okay, we got three falses, 2 trues. Slasher. Did Slasher step away again?
Slasher's not voting. What is this, Congress?
He's trying to find the creature. He's in Congress.
He's looking it up. He's cheating.
He fell asleep.
Slasher, stop cheating.
No, he's looking for the creature. That's all.
All right. Anybody else in the chat have a guess before we go ahead and show the answer?
Okay, what was I supposed to answer? Sorry, I can't find that fucking thing.
Tootsie Toys, established in 1924. As demand for their tin stamped cars fell, they went out of business. True or false?
False.
Okay. Gap said true. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and let's play the answer. And I'm sure some of you are going to be surprised.
I am shocked and appalled.
40 million cars per year. That's still a pretty nice number for a company that's been around that long. And here's the thing. So even though they were established that year, there was talks about they were established, or should I say gotten started much earlier, but they didn't trademark Tootsie until 1924. But there was talk that they were actually producing stuff in the 1890s.
Wow.
It's crazy
That's
that
amazing.
a company has been around that long making freaking car toys.
Yeah. They probably hold the record, I would assume.
It was a pretty emphatic false. It was all about it. Yeah, Chris, he says he's been to the store that celebrates the company's history. Awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
So I got one more thing to follow that up, and then I can pass it off to whoever else might have anything else. And here we go with a little toy break. Go with today's toy break. So we're going to roll out some old cars. Now a lot of these ones are cheaper cars. These are like flea market type cars.
A lot of these ones are made in China. These are like super cheap, not really worth much, but you know, they're still kind of interesting. These are a little bit of a larger side one, the lovely Spider. Also got this taxi cab, welcome to New York. Got the opening doors. I think that was it. Yeah, that's all that one had. Then we have this little, I'm not even sure what plane this is offhand. Did I say F-16? F-16 fighter. Okay, F-16. It's an older one. It's missing the front gear. Then we got this box one, classic vehicles with a checker cab from Ertl. And still sealed in that box. Put that in the back over there. And then last but not least, since we've already had a discussion on this one with our trivia, I'm gonna bring out that Tootsie toy. I've cleaned this one up, so the earlier photos it looked a lot dirtier. Yeah, just a little cleaning on this one. A little like carnauba like type wax, the pink stuff. Cleans everything up on this really nice. It looks a lot better. Still a little bit underneath, but there you go. You can see it says Tootsie Toy, the P40 Flying Tiger. It's Flying Tiger. Anyway, this one was probably sometime in the late 70s that I got that one. There you go, guys. Part of our Matchbox Crazy Day. May not be everything Matchbox in this tire show today, but it is all Matchbox car related because, as you know, everybody calls them a Matchbox.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I think I had that fighter pilot, one like that, but it was the fighter plane, but it was like silver. Wasn't the green one though.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, it took a hot minute to clean it up. So have I ever cleaned clear plastic? Yes, I have. Clear plastic is kind of tricky. So you can't use. So what I did is I used. Obviously, you use like Dawn liquid soap and everything to get the top grime off, and then what you want to use is like the carnauba type wax or like the pink stuff that they used to sell at flea markets to like clean cars with. If you use stuff like that, this will clean everything off, but you got to be careful on like painted surfaces with that stuff. But as long as it's a solid paint with a clear coat and everything, it's going to be absolutely fine to clear stuff like that, and especially on the just solid plastic. This stuff will get it absolutely clean, spotless, and it will look great. The clear plastic's a little bit more difficult because if you use stuff like carnauba wax and stuff like that, it'll create a haze over clear plastic. So clear plastic, it's a little bit more difficult to clean. You got to use like some kind of like liquid cleaning solvents to get that clean. And I forget what it was that they said to use offhand. I forget what it was, but there's a certain product that you can use to clear that. But if you do it wrong, it will absolutely ruin it. Slasher unfortunately had to drop out. Thanks for hanging with us, Slasher. I wish you could have hung for the whole show. Since Slasher unfortunately had to leave us early, I've got to give him this, even though he left. Slasher's for you, buddy, in memory of Slasher not being here.
Gaylord, you look kinda crazy, you move kinda lazy, see what he'll do.
Gaylord! 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 Here we go!
That's the metal Gaylord, man.
That's great.
Oh, I really got to get back and touch that up. I still hate the drum, the freaking drum thing that was in there, but I'll get back around to it. I got so many damn projects that are going at once, though. It's kind of hard to get there.
Funny.
But Vinny, did you have anything else?
No, I'm good for this week.
You're tapped out.
Yeah.
I know Trina had her one thing. Shifty, you're done for the evening as well, right?
Yep. Which is a
All
surprise.
Right. Not a problem. Not a problem. So I do have one more thing. I have the toy hunt. I also have something that is a bit of a teaser for next week. So I'm going to show the teaser for next week. Vinnie and I already talked about it. We're going to go heavy with a certain brand next week. And this is a hint of what it's going to be.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
We are the Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Yeah, that's why I'm holding off, because next week I got a few.
Yeah, man. Big time. Big time.
Oh,
I think it's been a hot minute since we had like a big Transformer show, so it's long overdue.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to show us how a lesbian could transform into a truck. I thought that was standard practice. Large Marge. But as we're getting ready to get towards the end of the show right here, of course, one of the things I like to do is we go for the toy hunt. One of the things in there is something Vinny showed off, and there's a few other ones. Maybe I may surprise somebody with something that they haven't seen before. Hold your hats. Once again, shopping in Target.
Checking out what they got in Target here. They got some of these larger Dragon Ball Z figures. So they got a few different ones of those sitting there. They got some of the Thundercats. So the retro re-releases got Mumra, got Jackalman, and right up here they got Lion-O as well. Unfortunately, these things, they're a bit overpriced. $20-some for those. It's just ridiculous. And there goes the ones with the articulation from Super 7. And then got some Godzilla stuff. Burning Godzilla 95. Little building piece right there. And then sitting over here, they got Godzilla -1. It looks like he's got the little train that he can put in his mouth. Pretty cool. Pretty sharp looking. I don't know about that $36.99 price tag, but it's still pretty neat looking. There's just tons of NECA stuff sitting here, all kinds of stuff. Some more of those last Ronin figures we got here. Got Michelangelo. Also have this one, Last Ronin Battle Damaged. Pretty neat. Up in the next section, Evil Dead. Ultimate Ash and Cheryl action figures. Go, check that out. This looks pretty cool. Oh yeah. That's pretty sharp. Another trip here in Target. Hey, Vinny, he's still here, Vinny. You need him. Simpsons. They got some more of the Thundercats in there. Just a couple Jackalmans this time. Still $20.99 for these. It's just a bit overpriced. These things are pretty tiny. And there's like no articulation. There's no movement in the arms or the legs. Or at least in the knees and the elbows. It's way overpriced. Not a whole lot to speak of as far as Marvel. A few things. Still just got Charles Xavier for X-Men, but statuette of Spider-Man is kind of interesting. It's alright. We still got the Thor one sitting here. but really, it's just not a whole lot of anything else. It's just like the standard, like almost play school cheap shit sitting there now. But hey, look, Vinnie, Simpsons book. Because Vinnie, you would be remiss if you didn't get Barney. You need this fat slop. Or maybe Bumblebee, man. Vinnie, you're missing out here. You even got Bart.
I filmed those already.
Vinnie, you need that fat slob.
Listen, if you want to gift me things, go for it.
Believe me, if I could gift people, I would have sent you everything already. Repeat it all, Vinnie. All of it. What's going on? Ancient One, man. Good to see you. Hope that you're doing well.
What's up? What's up?
But yeah, there was the -1 figure. I didn't know if you'd seen that one before. It looks okay, but once again, $37 for that little thing, and it's not a big figure. It's pretty small.
Where are they getting their pricing from? I just don't get it.
They're pulling it strictly right out of their ass. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because we've seen like the Bondi ones. Like I understand why those are more expensive. These things have less articulation, and I don't get it.
Yeah, their pricing is all over the place. It's a little bit insane. And you know what? This is the thing. A lot of people are passing these things up. And that's why I'm seeing a lot of them sitting in the stores and they're not moving because they're way too overpriced. It's the same thing with those Thundercats re-release. Well, those things are like He-Man size. They should not be over $20.99 for something that has very limited articulation. It has 5 points of articulation. I can go get a Motu Origin figure that's got twice as much articulation plus a ton of accessories for the same damn price. Why am I going to pay $20.99 for that? Nah, miss me with that.
Yep. That's some bullshit.
Do you think we'll eventually see like NECA and some of those collectibles at Ollie's or anywhere? Because
you will. I don't think you're ever going to see NECA at Ollie's.
No.
Well, where do they go if they don't sell? Like, they just recycle them back out the next year? Or?
Well, this is why a lot of my stores have the same figures that have been sitting there for 2020 because NECA won't remove them. They leave them sit there and they just get pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Well, Walmart, they at least clearance out the Ninja Turtle figures because I know those Casey Jones with the dirt bikes are on clearance for $35 right now. They used to be like 70 or 60.
Yeah. Walmart will do it. Target, I've never seen them do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yep, manliness, absolutely. And I hope that you're doing well, man. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Hey, manliness.
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. You know, we talk about a lot of these companies that have been stepping it up. And a lot of these companies are absolutely dropping the ball. And I've seen Mattel both step up and drop the ball at the same time. Jada right now is the only company I see not dropping the ball so far. So far, so good. So what, as Megadeth said on their album. I'm hoping that it continues. But a lot of these other companies, I'm seeing NECA, you know, they're doing tons of, you know, releases of all these different things, but their prices, they're dropping the ball by jacking these prices up. Like they put out another huge, and I didn't have a chance to put it in today's toy hunt. They did another 4-pack of turtles with street gear on, which I've seen this one a while ago, but I'd seen it again. So I refilmed it again as part of toy hunt. Okay, well, it's back in the store again. You know, the price on that thing is absurd. It's like something like $150, $160. That's insane for 4 figures.
It's just not fair to the consumer what they're doing. But here's the problem. Oh, sorry.
There's idiots that'll buy them though. There's because I've seen Twitter posts and videos that there's hardcore Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collectors that'll go out as soon as the store opens and just camp out and get those figures. But that's not going to sell to everybody.
No. Here's the thing. It's those kind of collectors. They're the completionists. So that's why they know that they have them hook, line, and sinker, because the number of figures that they've already released. So those are the ones that they'll get it all. So it is a smaller number than I don't think they're producing as many, and that's why they're keeping their prices very high and shooting things up even more. The problem is, and this is something that I'll probably cover more tomorrow. So the company that owns NECA, they're the ones who bought Diamond Distribution, and they completely canceled everything Diamond Select Toys. So if you are a collector and you were curious if you're getting your pre-orders are coming or whatever, they're not. They completely scrapped it. So if you gotta refund things or whatever, and call up your credit card companies, do that, because that company is not going to produce any more figures. That's it. Figure statues, if it has Diamond Select Toys written on it, Diamond Select, they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's
another big giant middle finger to all the consumers out there.
It is, because it also
and Chris, it is a shame too with the TMNT, like all the cool stuff that they do put out, like some of it, the NECA stuff that they do too is absolutely amazing. But like I've said before, like we've all said, the prices keep going up to the point where it's pushing the regular collector out, and it's only the high-end collectors that are getting these things. And here's the stupidity of these companies. What they don't realize, when you push out the average collector, or even the fanatic collector who wants to get everything, but once again, most of us budget. Like you will hear, there's guys that have done a show on Tubi, and they talk about their collecting, and they said they even budget. So they say they set their budget for the month and they won't go over it. If they don't care if it's a figure they really want. If it's over their budget limit, they're not going to buy it. Well, you're even pushing out people like that have the expendable money, but they set a limit of how much they're going to buy. So now you're going to start pushing out even some of the higher end collectors that set a budget limit of how much they're going to spend in that month.
Yep.
You're only cutting your own throat in the end. I mean, it doesn't make any sense all the way around. There's no way that this makes sense.
Yeah, it's just greed. At this point, it's just greed. And they know they could do it because certain collectors, they'll get it no matter what. Like you said, those high-end ones. And that's what they're going to be banking on. Because even Todd, like, they cut the number of figures that they're producing. So when they sell out, people are like, they're cheering online or whatever. Like, what are you cheering about? That means other people can't get those figures. Because your bot system worked, or, the scalpers are the ones who are, they're doing cartwheels because they're going to make a lot of money. It's weird. I don't know. These companies are definitely hurting the industries as a whole. And, I don't know. There's certain things I know we all cut out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I hear you, manliness. A lot of us are doing that. And that's why, Vinnie and I and Shifty and some of us, we're talking about these, how can I say it? These side places to go check things out. They, instead of the main stores, you're going to get these things at discount. You're going to Ollie's. You're going to
Ollie's, Ross, going to Go Factory. Yeah, it's crazy.
You're going to all these different places and looking for these deals on a lot of these figures that you're going to be overcharged for if you go to the regular stores like the Targets, the Walmarts, and everywhere else. I've even seen some of these figures wind up in like BJ's Wholesale Club on the dirt cheap.
Wow.
Mostly it was that Mutant Mayhem shit, and they were selling it for like $5.99. But that's besides the point. There's ways to get some of these things and save yourself some money in the process, because a lot of these companies do not care about your pocket at all.
No.
$11.50 a few weeks. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that Jaded did. Once again, I think those ones were decent. I think they could have put more into them, but I think they were kind of rushed to put those out. They didn't have a lot of time to produce those things.
Yeah. You could tell the ones that they've been spending a lot of time on, and the new licenses. Like the Scooby-Doo ones look really cool too. That they're working on.
Heck, I don't know if it was Spin Masters or who it was that made the movie figures for the Scoob movie that came out a few years back. But they had figures, 2 of them, pretty large size, 5 inches each one, for $7. Two figures in a pack.
Oh, wow.
And they were great looking. I actually wanted to pick up a couple. I definitely wanted to get the one for Captain Caveman in there, but I just missed out on it.
I remember they'd released a bunch of them, like Blue Falcon and everything. It was right around the time they did that animated special on Max. And I remember seeing them at Walmart, and those things were absolutely. I remember telling Vinnie about it. They looked absolutely fantastic.
They were cheap.
Like all of them.
They were cheap too. They were like $7 for 2 of them.
That's great.
Yeah, and manliness. Yeah, I get a Star-Lord and everything. I've seen some of those, and see, I don't buy a lot of the Disney related stuff just because I have a hate boner with Disney, and I just don't want to buy their stuff just because the company irritates me so much. I mean, anybody who knows me knows that I really just can't stand that company. But I've seen some of the Marvel Legends stuff that they had from Guardians of the Galaxy, like they had the Ronin the Accuser figure. I was taking a look at it at Ollie's. It was dirt cheap. It was like $5 something or whatever it was. And you know what? The figure itself looks amazing. It looks just like he did in the movie. I just have no interest in buying it. I mean, there was a few of the older Star Wars stuff that they released in the Black Series that I picked up on super discount at Ollie's. But they were the rare exceptions. Something like Jackson from the old Marvel comics when they released that. I picked that up for it was like with all the discounts, it was like maybe $7. There was a Ghost Rider that he did with his bike, the OG Ghost Rider, the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. It was a small 3 3/4 with his bike. I showed that off a while ago. I'd gotten that on super clearance discount, and I had picked that up. There's a few exceptions here and there, but for the most part, I just won't get their stuff. Chris, man, you have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, man. Good to see you. Yeah, he was saying he's been hitting up some old warehouse in the bottom district here, and he found some amazing toys that are OG originals.
Oh, that's
always
cool.
nice when you can find them.
Sweet.
He plays from a local place, buys wholesale a lot from various places. That's cool. Yeah, if you can ever find a local place to be able to buy these things, absolutely. I mean, that's another reason why we say places like Ross and Ollie's and places like that. Because if we're going there and we're shopping there and we're buying the stuff, they're more inclined to be able to replenish their stock if they see things moving out. So, I mean, if there's stuff that you really want and you go to these places and pick it up, they're going to replace it with more stuff. It's kind of like a substitute for the old KB toy stores in a way, with places like Ollie's and Ross and Burlington Coat Factory, or even Five Below.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, which they're not really Five Below anymore. They should be listed as 10 Below.
And if you're lucky, to live in an area where they have flea markets and stuff, hit those up. We had a great one here, but it shut down about a decade or so ago, and I miss it dearly. We just don't have anything like that around here anymore. If I win the jackpot lottery, I'm going to open up my own flea market somewhere around here. Buy farmland or something and just open one.
That'd be cool.
Manliness, don't buy fleas. You know, I've talked about this numerous times. I really do miss when I was a kid and I used to go to that Route 1 indoor flea market up near New Brunswick. Once again, I've said this a few times too. It's the same one. The outside shot Kevin Smith does in Mallrats. Route 1 indoor flea market. That's what the parking lot, the outside of the store looked like. Nothing like the inside of the store when he starts filming in the inside with the fake fortune teller. But that place had amazing stuff. And back in the day, they didn't have the restrictions for people bringing stuff from overseas. So you would see the legit micro change, the Diaclone, like the Go Lions before Matchbox. Like you would see all this shit in there and you could buy it. And it was all on the cheap. Like I remember the micro cassettes for the micro change line where you had what would become Ravage and Laserbeak and all them. Those little cassettes that were part of micro change, the Jaguar and the Condor and the little micro, that's what they called the little robots that were Rumble and Frenzy. They were just the micros. They were going for $3 a piece or 2 for $5. The cassette man that becomes Soundwave was only $12.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Man, kids today they don't know what they missed back in the 80s and the 90s that we had growing up. Stores and stuff and arcades and toy stores and Toys R Us back when it was fully. You had G.I. Joe, a whole aisle of G.I. Joe from the ceiling to the floor, which is vehicles and stuff.
Yep.
It was amazing.
It really was.
It was like a once in a lifetime event. It almost seems now. I mean, it was getting back in the day when you had dedicated stores for just toys. You know, when you had Kitty City, you had Toys R Us, you had some what was the other one? Play World. Play
Yeah.
World, KB Toy Store. Like you had all these dedicated toy stores, and now everything has kind of been fused in with the regular supermarkets and or superstores, I should say.
You had reasons to go to a mall. I have no reason to go to the mall anymore. I think the only time I've been to the mall in the last few years is just to see if they had any like bookstores are still there or something. But man, I used to hang out the mall all the time, and there's no reason to anymore.
Yep. Yeah, I used to love like Borders books and Books A Million. Books A Million it was the lesser of them, but they're the only ones who have like figures too. So if you are looking for some things, sometimes they might have it. But yeah, Borders books was fantastic. I just love that place.
I got into where I like watching YouTube videos of guys breaking into deserted malls and just going through there and looking.
Wow.
There's a bunch of them. They get in trouble sometimes, but it's fascinating.
Yeah, man, Linus, we got my Omega Supreme from Toys R Us in Oklahoma City, I think. Yeah, I miss those days. Nice. They were great. Duncan's Toy Store from Home Alone 2.
Yeah, that was FOA Schwartz.
Yeah, FAO Schwartz. And Target, at least they were selling toys still. That were FAO Schwartz labeled. Yeah. They had the big piano set. They had like some of the stuffed dolls and everything. I'd seen them as late as last year. I'd seen that they still have them. So I think right around Christmas time is usually when most of the Targets start getting them back in again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Walden Books. Yeah, a lot of awesome stuff. But guys, we're getting ready to head up out of here. We got one last piece of business to get to. And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Golden Trina Award for the best review of the night.
Now, normally I would hand this over to Trina, but I don't think it's fair because Trina, by God, you deserve the Golden Trina Award. You just put so much love into your review, and you could hear it in your voice. You totally enjoyed that Superman review, and by God, you've gotten your Golden Trina Award.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's awesome. I totally wasn't expecting that.
Well, that's what the pig likes to do. The pig likes to surprise people, and it is much deserved. I mean, everything that you do when you come in, you hang out with us and everything, and you're always taking the Golden Trina and giving it to everybody else. It is high time. Rigged, Curtis. How dare you, sir?
Curtis liked the Tony the Tiger, but Trina, speech.
Well, I humbly accept this award. And thank you. I really appreciate it. It's awesome, and thank you guys in the chat too. And I'm so surprised. I wasn't expecting this.
Where are you going to put your award?
Next to my Superman figure.
There you go.
That is the only correct answer.
Well, she got her award just a couple of weeks ago, didn't she, for that Vincent Price figure?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so she's got two now.
Yep.
See that? Curtis says he's reporting this to the Trina Corporation. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Oh, man, you guys are awesome. I want to thank every single last one of you for hanging out with us. But, hey, you know what? There's only one way to get into this and get our outros going and do it the right way.
And that all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
I want to thank every last person who's been hanging out watching us, and every person has been retweeting it or resharing it out there on various platforms. It really does mean a lot. Make sure you subscribe to everybody's channel. It would mean the world to everybody here on the panel. If you subscribe to their channel, it's a small click for you, but it's a big momentum booster for every single person that is trying to build their audience, being able to connect with other people and be able to have those conversations about some of the things that they truly do enjoy that they want to share with other people. Thank you once again, and of course to all the awesome people that were on the panel. Unfortunately, some of the ones that dropped, like Adam Shawhan and Slasher, good friends, and they've got a lot of insight to this stuff. It's just a shame that unfortunately, real life and bad internet does get in the way of that.
Yeah.
But thank you to them also for joining us. Now I'm going to hand it over to my awesome panelists, and they're going to tell you a little bit about what they have to say on their way out.
Hey, I'm stuck. I can't transform. Ow! Thanks. I think.
Hey, another great show. Thanks for having me. I know it was hard to get in there. Twitter's messing up big time today. But you can find me on Twitter, and you can find me here on YouTube at ShiftyGism. That's ShiftyGism. And I don't have much going on outside of this show. I usually have a wrestling show with the Austinator on his channel on Friday nights, but wrestling is in such a lousy spot right now. We're thinking about putting it on hiatus and maybe doing movie reviews on the Alien series in preparation for the show. It's coming out on FX in August, so I'll keep you posted on that. And that's about it. Thanks for having me.
Very cool.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us, Shifty. As always, guys, be sure to check out his YouTube, as Curtis has so graciously already put into the chat right here. You can also find all the links on both my channel and Vinnie's as well. Be able to find him on the Twats, and we're going to pass it on over.
It's me, Mario Kartitis. Oh no. Thank you, buddy, and tune in tomorrow to the old YouTubes here on my channel at Vinnieart, or Vinnieart on YouTube, whatever it is. We got the links in the description. We're gonna be covering a little bit more of the Diamond stuff, kind of because like comics. We got another nail in the coffin, folks. It really sucks, but these people did it to themselves for sure. Those higher ups, and we'll get into more of that, including that company that owns NECA and all the other damage that they've done. Because it's crazy. We'll get into a little bit of the Diddy stuff, and I think why they started hitting some of these websites again, because they're trying to cover up some things that came out that people were thinking were just rumors or whatever. Well, it came out in the courts. So we got more on that stuff we'll talk about. And also we'll hit the Trump thing in South Africa, kind of what went down over there. Because a lot of the mainstream media is still trying to gaslight and lie to people's faces, even though he showed video proof. So, this is crazy how the media, that they continue to hang themselves. But we'll be covering that tomorrow. As long as Twitter is working, I should be having some guests on, I hope. But we'll see what happens if they can correct this shit in time. But either way, we will be back on Sunday as well, covering the last two episodes of the Dexter series, of season 2, rather. But it's the last two episodes of season 2. So if you want to know what happens to Dokes, come join us and have some fun, because it is a blast. I love that series. And of course, on the Wednesday coming up, we're going to be doing the last of the Hannibal films. So, that's with Trina over on Real Horror, and she'll tell you more about that soon. But thank you, everyone in chat, everyone on panel. You guys and girls are awesome.
Thank you, Vinny. Right before I hand it over to Trina, I would be remiss if I didn't read this. Fake super chat. Thank you, Ancient One, the colossal-sized bag of premium guinea pig treats for Tommy, the guinea pig, his wife, and the guinea pig pups, so they can wig out of complete happiness. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. And now, finally, we are going to hand it over to the award winner, the woman of the hour with the Superman figure, clean up in the green room.
Hey, Prime, what do you think Megatron's going to do to Starscream?
Nothing gentle, I would say.
All right. Well, yes, thank you again for the award. I really appreciate it. This was an awesome stream. They always are. And had a blast hanging out with you guys, and had a blast with you guys in the chat. As Vinny mentioned it, on my channel on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be finishing up the Hannibal Lecter universe with the movie Hannibal. And yeah, so looking forward to that. That's going to be with Tommy, Vinnie, and I. So yeah, that's it for my channel. And yeah, that's it for me. This was awesome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trina. And it was a well-deserved reward. I mean, the amount of love that you were putting into that, you just hear it in your voice. There's no way, no matter how well all the rest of us did something, that you were going to escape without having another Trina award.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Guys, that is it for this show. I want to thank Curtis out there in the chat for dropping all the links, man. Thank you, sir. You need to drop your own channel link in there, too. I would grab it right now, but I am having computer issues like you wouldn't believe. Just a mess. But guys, every week we're here having some fun talking about some of the toys that we love and the franchises that are so endearing to us. And thank you for being along for this ride with us as we talk about some of these things. We will catch you next time. Later, y'all.
You better run, Mojito.
What? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run. Adios, amigo.